Welcome, welcome, guys. OG Merpe. We are playing what used to be Wednesday night D&D, which is now becoming Friday night D&D because scheduling. Last week we had our buddy Jeremy join us as emotional support, as an idea sounding board, as an additional, as a consultant, if you will. At the end of that session, we asked him to join us on these alternate nights where Daniel's unable to meet us. Usually, this group plays a group of adventurers who have been, trying to save a runaway contractee and has been interacting with a villain named Caloral. But we don't play that game when we have a player who can't make it. One of the players has not been able to make it lately on these game nights, and so we have switched over to the Dragon of Icespire Peak, which because it's basically just a job board that takes place in the city of Phandelver or Phandalin, excuse me. Lost Mine of Phandelver, you can put just that job board right in this campaign, so we run them both. Last night, or the last session, was emotional and crazy, but we're going to get to it. We're going to do some introductions, and then we're going to play some D&D. All right, I'm live. Hey, guys.
Hello.
Let's introduce the only surviving member of the campaign so far.
Up, bitches.
Damn.
Tell us
Yep.
about your character, Jennifer.
Bink is a Gripply, which means she's like a 2-foot, kind of like poison dart frog looking character. She's a rogue. Just watched her friend die. We're getting the body parts back. That is like the mission. Revenge. Spy Kid style.
So
We're so not the Spy Kids. we can't possibly live up to those expectations. Let's dial it back, huh?
And then, Andreas, why don't you tell us who Hans was?
Hans, he was a human barbarian. He liked to run through walls and collect weapons. Right before his death, he had amassed a sizable collection of different types of weapons. Morning stars, a couple of axes, that sort of thing. And unfortunately, that weight probably didn't help him with his death, where he was too exhausted after going into rage too often, and got caught by 4 orcs running away from them.
It was 5. He made it 4 at one point with a mighty throw of his axe. He took one of them out on his way out, but yes, and that pretty much honestly sums up the recap. I will go a little bit farther back just for giggles here. You guys started in the town of Phandalin in the region that is the Sword Coast. It's like a frontier town. They don't have an official guard, but all of the residents carry weapons should the need ever arise. You guys met Hans and Bink at a job board with some other adventurers who have come and gone with your quest. These are, after all, public job boards where anyone with eyeballs and the ability to read common can stumble upon you in the process of trying to complete a job, and then it is up to you to work together to complete it at that point. As this has happened, in the past with a numerous number of characters who have all, come and gone. The most recent quest you guys had was to go to the Butterskull Ranch and to find Big Al, who runs that establishment. Hadn't been seen for a couple of days, and there were reports of an orc attack, and you were encouraged to hurry. You got distracted by some dead horses in the road, which you tracked to a goblin den and released an elderly retired soldier named Sildar, who told you that he had a dwarf friend of his who he had lost. You guys have been sent to go find the 2 of them from Barthen, who runs Barthen's Provisions in town. But all that beside, you find yourself in the ranch. Bink and Hans killed a couple of orcs, and upon trying to scale the farmhouse, discovered that there were many more orcs still remaining. And after a valiant attempts to flee, setting the fields ablaze. Which, by the way, I guess I should color in here that these are all ashen now. There are no plants here. This is all just burnt up field, charred from your guys' escape. And Hans was unfortunately incapacitated and then decapitated, and then all of his limbs were removed and strung up via chain around the farmhouse, and his head was placed on a pike. Bink cradled the head and reattached it to the body and drug it to the orchard.
Apple field.
To the orchard, which was here, and is silently waiting through the night for the farmhouse to grow quiet. These raucous orcs are in the middle of a lively celebration of their, from their perspective, triumphant defending of this of their new farmland. And you, Bink, have had many hours with Hans to begin the process of grief, but only just begun. There's more to be done. As you are sitting here in the orchard, you hear the crunch of footsteps, and it is dark, but you're able to see there's a single figure who appears to be making his way up the Tribor Trail towards this estate. And from this distance, you can't tell if this is an orc or a human or what, but there is unmistakably a figure drawing near.
Can Bink roll into stealth again, or do I go with the last one I had?
Go ahead and roll into stealth again.
Let's see, can I beat a 34? Dun, dun, dun.
I'm about to say, new sessions are always new rolls. Well, not
Yeah.
always. Sometimes they're not, but.
Okay, where's my stuff? 16 plus... okay, so 16, that's 20... 30.
Cool, that's pretty good. Sounds great. You are in stealth. The fields between you and the road are still intact, and you are much shorter than the wheat growing there, and it is very easy for you to make your way quietly and quickly through the fields. And as you poke your head out the other side of the field, and you can see clearly the figure making his way up the Tribor Trail. Jeremy, would you describe your character? Your mic is muted in Discord if you think you're talking to us.
Maybe. Yeah, still kind of to be determined, but he's probably in his late teens, early 20s. Kind of average height, stockier build, short-ish, swept-back hair with a probably undeserving grin flashed at all times.
Love it. Love it. Would you roll me a perception check, please?
Oh no, the first one. +7. 12.
You catch what you feel like is a flash movement out of the corner of your eye, and as you glance, all the rest of the tops of all of the different bits of wheat, are swaying back and forth in different directions, and it's just the lack of shadows during this dark time, or a classic video game, talk. Huh, must have been nothing. As you continue your way up the trail. And Bink, you see this figure. Well, I guess I will first ask. Presumably, Jeremy, your character is here because he pulled a job off the job board, and also believes he's here for Big Al. But the smell of burnt fields, the smell of smoke, is still thick in the air, and the field's probably still smoldering in this late hour, and there are specks of ember light coming from the multiple acres which were set ablaze only a few hours ago. How would he make his way onto the property? What would be his kind of MO here?
Well, it was a wheat field, right?
It was a wheat
Or was it a
field.
cornfield?
It was a wheat field.
Damn. Um, yeah, yeah. You pulled a job off the job board, and the yearning for cash so that he can get food just sort of kept him from really, I guess, worrying about what he might come across. He just figured, and we'll get this job done and get dinner.
So, what you do see, what is obvious to you, is a bloodied javelin sticking up out of the ground with nothing on it, but obvious that it had been stuck with something at some point. And there's a large pool of blood at the base of it with like drag marks, like dragging it into the wheat field. And that is here.
About where am I coming into the field?
This is you're coming in from the Tribor Trail. So this trail here at the bottom, at the
I
southern
see
end.
it now. My bad.
Yeah, you're all good.
We'll put here. Here's a placeholder.
Oh, look at him.
He's just a little guy.
Just a little guy.
Okay, so I see a bloody javelin.
Yeah, it's a javelin which has been like stuck into the ground. So it's been like planted and it's there, like kind of like cocked at an awkward angle. And
Hmm.
the pointy end of it, the spear end of it, is bloodied, and you can see dried blood has run down the shaft, and has now like congealed onto the weapon. And at the base of this, there's like a large pool of blood. With like drag marks that disappear into the wheat field behind it, but you can see like blood on the wheat, just on this side of the field.
Well, I'm definitely gonna follow this blood trail.
Okay, Bink, you see this individual like staring at the javelin, like looking at this pile of blood, and then retracing the steps that you yourself were taking, a few hours ago when you dragged Hans to the orchard, and you know that in a few moments this figure will stumble upon him wherever you've left him.
Okay.
What do you do?
How close is he to her? Like currently?
Uh, as close as Bink would have been willing to get in stealth.
Okay, so he's not at the apple orchards yet?
No, but he is starting the process of making his way through the wheat field towards the apple orchard.
He's gonna wait until he gets a bit closer.
Okay, I mean, where? All the way? Because you.
Oh. Probably about like here. Hold on. How do I do it then? Oh, here we go. Okay, so I was right here. Yeah, hold on, I'm trying to move. So I'm right here.
Yeah, you were at the edge of the field. You
Okay.
poked your head out. You saw this figure come up and inspect this javelin 30 feet away, 50 feet away, 70 feet away, whatever is Bink is comfortable with. You've got
Yeah.
sight. You can see him, and then he starts. Then he starts back in at the field. He like starts following this trail.
Okay.
And if you just let him go, he's gonna, in a few minutes, he's gonna get to the orchard and he's gonna find Hans.
Okay. I'm going. Okay. Can Bink like start walking by the side of him?
Yeah, are
Like,
you making yourself like revealed?
no, she's staying hidden.
And you're walking beside him, not behind him.
Well, she's staying in the cornfield.
Yeah, right. Beside him or behind him?
Behind.
Okay, great. Then, Jeremy, your character, who has not been announced, so I won't use his name, uh, makes his way through this field and follows what was very obviously like a very slow dragging. There's like multiple pools from wherever this what must have been a corpse based on the volume of blood you've seen before you now. Dragged through this field. There was no attempts to hide it, it's just a red streak making its way through a dusty golden field. And after a couple of minutes of travel, you look up and you see that you will be breaking the edge of the field and heading into an orchard. You can see the trees ahead of you.
Okay, right about here. Can Bink tackle him?
She can try.
Like jump on his head.
She can. I mean, yeah, it's not a tackle, but she can try. Is she?
Okay.
That's what I need to know. Are you trying to knock him prone, or are you trying to jump on his head?
I'm trying to kind of knock him over, if you will.
Can I do a reflex save to like sweep her past me?
You probably won't even need to.
Okay.
Because that's. Roll me a strength check first, please.
Okay. Where's my dice? Okay. What's my thing? Not bad. 17.
Okay, yeah, that's enough for you to actually need to reflex there, Jeremy. So go ahead and roll your reflex.
I will say I did up my AC after I bought a chain shirt, so it is an 18 now.
Oh, excellent. That is
Beat me by
great.
one.
Then in that case, you jump to make contact with as hard as you can with this individual, but you're a 2 foot frog, and this dude's like a regular ass dude wearing chain. Like you just can't get enough momentum.
I'm just gonna move my head to the side and let her go past me.
Wait, am I on him now or no?
No, just a streak of blue you see. You like buzz past you and just like land in the field next to you, and you turn and you're greeted with the sight of this small blue Gripply. Jennifer, do you have any physical descriptions you want to drop for Bing?
I can hold on. The Bink Hero Forge mini is somewhere in the chat, but basically kind of think loincloth, loin shirt situation, like covering over the chest, bone necklaces, bone daggers, that kind of situation.
Okay. And this this all happens in a split second. There's an instant where Bink is airborne, another instant where there's a head swivel and a slight cock back at an angle. Bink streaks by, lands nearby. You are now both obviously in sight of one another, staring at each other. What would you guys like to do?
Well, you're a peculiar one.
Bink is what's gonna.
You cut out.
Bink's gonna do the hissing frog noise. That.
I don't know why you're so mad at me. You're the one that attacked me.
Bink is just gonna quiet.
Why are we being quiet?
I like whispering.
And
Who's
Bink
that?
is stewing right now because her friend, her bestie, her baby boo Hans, who will be replaced by Bronze, has just died. She's just gonna go, orcs.
What are you, a seal?
Orcs.
Okay. What about orcs? Am I supposed to know what that means?
Bink is just gonna look at him. Why here?
Can you not speak in full sentences, or do you just not want to, or what?
Bink's just gonna stare at him and just, why here?
What? Yeah, why are you here?
Why here? And she's pointing. She's gonna point at him.
Because I saw blood back there. figured I'd try to help somebody.
Bink is just gonna look at him and just like, stupid tadpole.
I'm twice your size. Don't fucking call me that.
Not good.
You're right. Your sneaking isn't good. You should work on that.
And okay. Bink jump on it. Can Bink slap him with the tongue?
I mean, if you want to
Like
try to make
sucker
it,
punch.
if you want to try to make an unarmed strike against him, but I don't encourage this in your first. You have to be party members. I mean, you're going to have to cooperate. Like
I
there
know,
is
but I
no
wanna-
alternative.
I know. But Dave, you do know how much I like to slap my party member.
I know this is a brand new person who does not know you in real life. I'm trying to keep you guys on
Okay.
Over here,
closer to neutral
minding my
ground.
damn business, and this fucking thing jumps out and attacks me.
25.
That's enough to hit. His
I'm
beats
not
his
doing
AC.
damage. I'm going to, you know when you slap someone, but it's not like a. If that makes sense, you know what I mean? Like a slap.
Then, well, if you're not attacking him, then you don't need to. Well, I guess you. Oh my God, you're making this so complicated.
Like this is like a slap, like she's been insulted, but she's not trying to do serious damage.
Okay, and with an attack roll that high, it is probably quicker than this new character whose name you don't know can react. And now, just bear with me here. I'm gonna re-describe the situation. So now, Jeremy, your character knows there's somebody in trouble, has arrived at the site of the trouble, seen blood, been attacked by a strange creature in a loincloth who doesn't speak in full sentences, and has now attacked you mildly with their tongue attack. And that is where we are at this point.
Ah, so you must have been the one to cause the blood. I'll kill you next.
Bink is a.
Have fun.
She is like very annoyed at the fine or kill you, and just is gonna start walking back towards Hungry.
And this little frog, like, says something about orcs killing you and, like, stomps away along the bloodied path. And should you choose to follow her, stops at the mutilated torso of.
No, I buried him.
You buried him? I thought you were going to try and take him to the lake for a water burial once you got his
I
limbs
thought
back.
we did like a brief burial, like he's covered in some dirt.
Okay. Then there's what is obviously a corpse mound, but it's also obviously like way too small to be a whole corpse. Like that's like a large halfling or something.
That's rough.
Is that what your character's saying?
No. When you say fine, let the orcs deal with you or whatever, I'll be like, wait, what? Orcs? What? And I'll follow you and turn around and see the grave. Like, did you do this or did the orcs do this?
And Bink is just gonna look kind of downward at it, and she's not gonna answer because like she feels like she did a little bit of this.
I mean,
and as she stands there, those two healing potions she still has on her, she like feels the physical weight of those two vials. Like they're tiny little vials, but man, they're so heavy right now.
the entire time.
I used them.
No, that was the whole point.
No, I used one because I went from 2 to 12.
Okay,
Yeah, you used one after he was already like sacrificing himself when you could have given one to him previously.
Right. Then I'm sorry. Then the single one you have, I'm not tracking your inventory, but I knew you had at least one. Then the single health potion you have remaining weighs heavily in your pocket as you have this moment. I'm sorry. I think you were just asked if the orcs, if you did this or if the orcs did this.
And Big, she's just gonna look like that.
Yeah, and then she solemnly looked as the health potion got heavier and heavier.
Got you.
I mean, would I have to do like a sense motive check to see if I notice that she feels guilty after I said that?
It depends. Are you trying to mask your emotions, Bink?
No, Bink isn't good at that.
Then it's all over her face, my friend.
All
Easy as
right.
pie to read. This is one
Ah,
dejected frog.
what contract might I have picked up to take me out here?
The contract for this one specifically, and I will just reread it to you guys because presumably you would have like written it down or taken a scrap of paper or something. It says orcs have attacked Butterskull Ranch 5 miles east of Coneyberry across the Tribor Trail. Travel there with haste, assess the damage, and help any way you can. Ranch owner Alphonse Big Al Calazorn is a retired sheriff who can reward you for your efforts. If he's dead, return to Townmaster Harbin Wester with proof of Calazorn's demise to receive a reward of 100 gold pieces. Actually, it's 200 gold pieces because they're stingy and I double it for you
Ooh.
guys. And that's what brought you here. Like, that's what the piece of paper said.
Okay. Well, if this is what happened with you guys, I don't imagine I should be out here by myself. And it seems like you might need a buddy. So how's about we team up, get you some revenge, and then get the fuck out of here, huh?
Bink is she's just looking very sad and she's going, too many. Too many.
There's only no, we'll be fine. It's not like you had health potions and went into an obviously dangerous area and forgot that you had the health potions that led to this demise in the first place, right?
Which reminds me, Jeremy, you should have at least a pair of health potions for free, courtesy
Oh,
of your
cool.
DM.
Bink is she's just gonna continue sitting there. She's just like, she does not really understand you. She is a simple frog.
That's fine.
So I will remind you guys, it's probably like 4 in the morning. Sunrise is coming in the next few hours. But Bink knows that these orcs were raucous. Through till 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, and they like only just settled down an hour or two ago. But you guys are standing in the sky is beginning to lighten, going from that pitch black to that softer blue before the sun comes up. And the two of you are standing in front of this mound of corpse.
Hey, I don't mean to uh bother your morning and stuff, but the other kind of morning is on its way, and we're going to be really easy to see once the sun gets up there. We might want to get out of here.
Where go?
What was that?
Where go?
Oh, do you want revenge?
And Bink's gonna nod her head.
Let's go there.
Too many.
Bink, on that note, you've killed enough time for a long rest. I don't know if you have any hit die to spend or not, but if you want to spend hit die to regain any hit points during your short rest of morning, you absolutely would have had the opportunity to do that.
Okay, how do I do that? I forgot about the rules for hit die.
I think you and Hans rolled hit die before you engaged with the outside.
We did. We rolled 2 hit die.
So
apiece.
So then you have 2 more hit die. You regain half of your total at a long rest. So whenever you go to sleep, you'll get 2 more back. Right now, you still have 2 in your pocket, and what that means is you can roll probably a d8, whatever your class's hit die is, and whatever numbers come up there, you regain that many hit points.
Okay, I roll 2d8 or just 1.
I don't know if it's a d8. It depends on whatever your class is. Okay. So you need to check what your rogue hit die is, and then you have 2 left. You can spend up to 2 of them. That's all you have left.
Rogue hit die. Let me double check. I think it is a d8, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's a d6 except maybe like wizards and shit.
Hold on. Cancel. Hit Yeah, D8. Okay, let me roll.
Yep. So you roll 2d8. In case that would affect Bink's decision for revenge or not to have gotten a second win, so to speak.
I gained 14.
Great.
So went
Do all the
from
math
12
on your side. Yeah.
to 26. So at least I'm better than half at the moment.
That's good.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
So you've
we'll
just
get
been
revenge.
asked about revenge. You've now nodded yes, and I think you're still in the process of responding.
Yeah, Bink nodded yes.
Okay.
And that was it.
All right, lead the way. I'll follow.
Yeah. Bink is she's gonna shake her head and she's gonna there's like dirt underneath, right? Like we're on the dirt.
Yeah.
Like dirt path.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bink is gonna draw the house
Okay.
with her finger pads. And then she's going to just draw, because how many orcs? Because we killed how many?
I think like
you
one or
killed,
two.
Hans killed one, at least.
Yeah. Okay. And there was 5 in total, right? So we're down to 4.
There were some total. You
So
can roll a wisdom check if you want to know exactly how
okay,
many.
yeah, I'm gonna roll a wisdom just to be on the safe side. Okay, where's my wisdom? 15.
Yeah, Bink remembers 5.
5? Okay. 5, and then we killed 1, so roughly 4-ish. So Bink is going to draw the little house, and then she's going to dig, when you do the lines, just straight lines, and it's going to do 4 and put an O underneath. And she's going to look at him and she go, can you take 4? And hold her frog pads up.
Like fight 4 at once? Yeah,
4,
sure.
4 total.
Total.
And
Oh,
when
there's
she
only
says
that's 2
total, it
apiece.
sounds like total.
God damn you. There's only that means 2 apiece. This will be a piece of cake. Come on now.
Okay. And Bink is just she's gonna tell him sneak.
Let's fucking do it.
Cool. And then she herself is, I'm assuming, going to roll and sneak.
Yeah. I re-roll or do I use my last one?
You re-roll.
Okay.
Every time it's a new thing. And then Jeremy, is your character re-roll? Is your character rolling into sneak stealth?
Sure is.
17 plus 6.
Pull up my newly updated
33.
I am still 10. Sweet.
So aren't you glad you rolled? You got better this time.
I'm hoping to beat my 34.
God, I don't know if there's anything that I have that gives me more, but so far that's a 13.
Oh boy! All right, that'll be exciting.
Okay. We're level 4.
We're level 4.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
Bronze's character sheet is finished.
100%.
Yes, I'm not familiar with it, but it's finished.
Are you ready? Are you ready to have him introduced into the campaign?
Yes.
Excellent. Then your DM is going to speed things along a little bit. And as you guys are having your discussion about revenge and about and about the orcs, and Bink has drawn this map on the ground. Both of the sound of crunching gravel once again catches both of your ears, and you both look over your shoulder. And Bink now, for the second time in 10 minutes, sees somebody else coming up the road. And at this point, so does her strange new companion. And the two of you witness this figure. What do you do?
Okay. I guess he would need to roll a perception check to see if he sees us, because I'm going to try to whisper, hey, is he with you?
Bink's just gonna shake her head.
Is he one of the
roll
ones
that.
that killed your buddy?
Let's roll that real quick.
Hold on, real quick. They're pretty far back, and it's dark. Is your new character a human, Andres?
He is a dwarf.
He's a dwarf. Okay, so yeah, actually, I will take a perception check from you. But just for, I know this is not you, but this just for reference. These are 30-foot squares. You're coming up the Tribor Trail. They're like 300 feet away from you, like nestled in an orchard.
He's not. I don't think it's gonna matter. He rolled a 1, and like with perception, it's gonna be a total of 8, or no, 6.
Yeah, dude. Like it's a beautiful evening, and you're just enjoying the nice, cool hours, the silence of the night, and you're just having a great time. This trail's been really easy. Nothing harassed you. Like you're ready to get this job out of the way, and you're just making your way up that trail. Uh, Meanwhile, the two of you can now hear that you have company, and Bink is being whispered to. I don't remember what though.
Is he with you?
Can we see him yet?
You guys see like a figure, a silhouette. You have no idea what or who he is.
Hey, what's that? What's that? What's over there?
Since it's a silhouette, can we know it's not an orc if it's a dwarf, since it's like a 4-foot silhouette?
Not from this distance at night.
Okay. Bink is gonna change the head shake to oh wait, Bink does have dark vision.
Yeah, that's fine. It doesn't.
Oh, we're too far. Okay.
Because you don't get colors, and
yeah,
you've got a field in the way blocking your view.
Yeah, she's a shoulder.
Should we kill him? What should we do? Maybe the orcs have him working for him, and then he's gonna send word back to them. Oh God!
Bink's gonna look at him and just go, "I didn't kill you."
I'm well aware of that. Don't worry, darling. You couldn't have if you tried.
I'm waiting for Bink's backup to come in to kick your ass. Freaking 6'4" tiefling's gonna beat you down.
You can't hold grudges from character to character. New character.
Seriously.
But if that comment is made to her, all bets are off.
Yeah, but she's probably not gonna. It's gonna be a different introduction, likely. Okay.
Oh, okay, but no, Binks is gonna, I guess, kind of pull him into the cornfield.
Oh God. Okay.
Pull you into the cornfield and see if we can hide and wait and see who it is.
Wheatfield. So harder for him to hide than it is for you.
What about the orchard? Can we hide behind like a bush?
It's an orchard.
You guys can hide behind a tree, but you guys hide behind a tree, but you're pretty far back at this point. Like you're not going to be able to make out any details on this figure from this range.
Okay, fine. Let's go see the figure.
Bronze has already rolled me a perception check, so you guys get close enough to make out this figure about the time that Bronze arrives also at the Javelin, which it's an orchard. Sees this javelin that's like crusted with blood, and this pool of blood with an obvious trail being dragged back into this wheat field. And not only that, but some of the wheat looks like it's been tread through recently. And what's Bronze move from here?
Bronze, I pretend there's a Scottish accent because I can't do it. Bronze like, oh shit, I thought this was gonna be an easy job. And he's gonna like go down, put a finger to the dirt, and see how like fresh the blood is.
The blood is not very fresh, but roll me a survival check, please.
He's a vampire.
Eh.
I know. Pulls up the staff, starts licking it. All the blood off of it.
14. Let's see, what's the final on that? Survival. 21, so... Okay.
21 is your
21.
final?
Yeah.
It's obvious that there was both, a medium and a small creature which made their way through this. You suspect a dwarf and a critter of some kind, a pet perhaps.
Pokemon?
Bronze just pulls out his hammer. In PC Gen, it is a battle axe, but we're calling it a hammer here.
Okay.
He pulls out his hammer, starts like skulking down, like looking through the. Yeah, he basically just starts skulking down, like starts like slowly proceeding in.
Bink and our new companion see this figure like hunch over and start to like look and inspect and like make their way slowly along the same trail that you both were walking a few minutes ago. But he doesn't appear to have spotted you yet.
Okay. We can see he's a dwarf. He's not an orc.
You could. Oh yeah. At this point, you can see he's a dwarf. Yeah.
At this point, Bink is just gonna walk out. Like, are we like? Can she just stick her head up and he can see her or something like that?
I mean, he's pretty focused on following this trail. It would be wise to call out more than likely.
Bink's gonna go. Hey.
What?
Hey. And she's
What?
she's trying to call for the dwarf. Hey. Hey.
What?
So, Bronze, you do hear just like softly coming like off to your left, just hey, hey, and then what, hey, hey, what, like two distinct voices.
We're gonna die.
Oh, I hope.
Ouch.
Bronze is just like bunch of school children. As he puts down his hammer and he just like calls out, like, "Oi, what are you two laddies doing in this bloody field?"
Bink is just gonna go.
Yeah, this thing does that sometimes. Sorry. Hi, I'm Pabu.
Finally, a name. I'm a strong believer that the player should be the first one to say the character's name.
Let me get over to you before we start talking. And you hear he's only like a foot or two off like the 2 feet of the wheat, so he's not super like tall or anything. So he's kind of like walking through it, kind of like kind of you would through like 1 foot high water.
Okay, yeah. Like wading.
And what's up?
Like wading through it.
Yeah. And he reaches over to you guys and is like, "What are you doing at this dead of night? And what is this little frog thing doing?"
And Bink is just gonna. Bink has the frown frog face, if we're gonna call it anything, and she's just going to go, "Not frog, Gripply."
One of those. My apologies, miss.
Oh, your name is Gripply. Okay. Nice to meet you, Gripply.
No. Bink. Bink.
Yeah, sorry, man. This thing doesn't do complete sentences, I guess, so it's been really rough trying to communicate.
Does anyone speak Goblin,
no.
Orc?
You wouldn't know that anyway. You wouldn't know that anyway. Bink would have no idea.
I don't know what. I don't
yelling
know
at a goblin.
I think I just speak common and Elvish.
You can yell at them in whatever language you want. I mean, that's the language you know, I guess.
Bink's just gonna, and like freaking goblin, fucking idiots don't know.
And if you guys speak Goblin, you understand that. And if not, then it just starts speaking in some crazy language.
Do you guys speak Goblin? That's the question.
Nope.
No.
Okay, so this frog just started.
Her Goblin's better than her Commons. Commons is a hard language for a frog. They're croaking people.
Their mouth and facial features more closely represent goblins than humans, so they can replicate those sounds easier.
And turning to is like Pabu, you said. I've heard of these from my uncle Bronzemore.
Bronzemore? Like he's more character than Bronze is. He's Bronzemore. I just want to make sure I get this right for my notes.
I thought
Yeah.
no.
Cool. Great. Love it.
I've heard of them from my uncle Bronzemore. They're Gripply is the name. I didn't quite remember it until she said it, but surprised this one can even speak common. Normally they speak their own language and keep to themselves.
Oh, I didn't realize that could be considered speech, but okay.
And I'm trying to restrain myself, Dave, but I want to attack you.
You can't. We'll never get through this session if you guys keep fighting each other. We'll never get through.
I just want you to know.
Like, I gave you a tongue slap at the beginning. That's like, great. Yeah. Now let's go fight the common enemy. Like, let's.
Anyway, my fine friends, my name is Bronze. I hear your name is Pabu, and what is your name? My Gripply is my little Gripply.
Bink, I, tadpoles.
Bink, yes. So what are you two doing in this trail of blood?
So you see that mound over there? I think this thing knew that thing, and I was on a job to, I think, try to take out the guys that killed her thing. So we were going to team up to kill those things, and you showed up, so we think you should help us kill those things.
So my eyesight's pretty poor, so I haven't the foggiest what you're referring to. But if you are referring to that job board job, you're in luck. The church sent me out, and I've been collecting some jobs, and well, here I am. So.
Oh, you're an evangelical?
Well, I wouldn't call it that. So long as you're not blasphemous heretics, then I think we'll get along just fine.
Bink's gonna look at Pabu, and the hatred is gone. She fears this man. It's gonna, the look you give when like people look at each other from the side, and then they look back to the person, and they look back to see what is this person thinking in this moment? Because she's hearing blasphemous heretic, and she's like, shit.
Is she more scared just because they're big words, or what?
No, Bink can understand. She just has a hard time speaking, but from her point of view, okay, Hans is dead. I met a random dude who we slapped so far and is having a difficult time communicating with. And now this dude shows up and being like, we can be friends as long as you're not a blasphemous heretic. And she's going like, she's looking at you and like, is this
hell?
Doing this now? Is this happening?
This is D&D. This is a D&D party. That's what this is.
Bink's been going through a time.
I'm assuming Bronze can see that, they're giving him a look, or giving each other a look.
Yeah, I mean, it's low light, but there's definitely, like, they share a moment, for sure, in response to your heretic comment.
It's like, oh, no, I'm not like any of those followers. I follow Angrad the infallible and unfailing. Pursuer of evil and smiting down evil where any form that it comes.
Either of us got religion checks. Can I make a religion check without the skill?
Yeah, you can. You can make just a flat roll, religion roll.
I'm gonna just do a flat roll.
Yeah, I guess I'll just try a flat roll too.
Cool.
It's the whole thing of like Binks going like, what the fuck?
Solid 10.
Solid. Hold on, the dice is stuck on the dice roller. Gotta click it. Solid 14.
Okay, Andreas, tell these guys, like, because you guys are running a check on the god, right? I mean, I'm assuming.
Yeah, just to see, that's what Bink was doing. Like, what the fuck is Ungrid?
So
Let me pull up the wiki because
I know you just gave him like a pretty good synopsis, but I want you to give him just like, you know, like they referred to you as an evangelical. I know you're not, but if you were, and you had like you know,
Pamphlet.
like two sentences before they shut the door on you, like what would they be? What does everybody know about Bronze's deity?
all right. And you know Ungred the Infallible, the Infallible, Mitre of Evil and Pursuer and Destroyer of all things bad.
Yeah,
Didn't
so it's like a goody two shoes god. That's like the understanding that you guys have. Like even characters within the D&D universe understand that there is good and there are good forces and there is bad and there are bad forces and that some of those forces are more chaotic and some of those forces are more rigid. Like characters know that, and you guys know that this is like, I'm assuming he's a lawful good deity.
I think he's lawful good.
So
he's
Yeah, he's
he's
lawful
on
good.
he's on the more he's on the more rigid side of the goody two shoes. You know, it's
yeah,
like
he's like hard lawful good.
yeah. But that's but you know on a 10 and a 14, you guys just know that he's like a generally good dude, and it's like you know people evoke his name when they hear people talking about demons and shit, and he's supposed to be like you know this super good fucking god, and that's what you know about this god.
Bink is just gonna go, I know worship.
Well, that's okay. We can work with that. You know, I'm not. Ungrad's a bit more picky, but he's a little lenient with us. You know, so long as we're not, you know, blaspheming his name and being friends with orcs, I think we'll be fine.
Being friends with orcs, but the orcs killed her friend. Can we be friends with orcs?
You know, he looks at us like, you know, well, you know, Angrad says no, so, you know, I am his loyal follower, and I shall uphold I shall uphold his word. So if you got some orcs to kill, let's go and get them.
Well, I don't like the way I spun this by accident.
On what? Okay. With the note of okay, we're gonna kill some orcs. Bink is like, are we close to a trail again?
The blood trail? You guys are like on the blood. You
No,
guys are like half.
I mean like a dirt path. She's just gonna repeat, draw the house 4.
Okay, yeah. So
Okay.
you know, Bink draws like this, what is obviously a schematic, and then you know 4 tally marks over the letter O, and you know turns to you and says, you know, whatever. I'm sorry. What do you say to your group?
5 orc, 1 dead, roughly 4 left. And then Bink is gonna kind of just like look up and be like, maybe hung over. Like she's trying to think of like what Hans called it, like hung over. Like it's like
So they're alcoholics. Angrad will be even more pleased with their demise.
very very
The
drunk.
worst.
Night.
Fucking worst.
And Bink is gonna look at, like she's like looking at this dwarf because if he's like the orc killer, chain on windows, arms, and legs, and she's patting her legs. My friend, I need.
Isn't your friend there? And I point into the.
And Bink's gonna, not all.
They took some of him? That's weird.
And Bink's gonna is the staff in sight or no?
You guys are half. It's you know 100 feet away. You'd have to
Can I
walk
point
over
in
and
the
get
general
it.
direction?
Yeah.
Bink's gonna point at where like you would have seen the pike coming in and just put head there, took arms, legs. Head is back with body. I need rest.
Okay, I guess we'll hang out while she takes a nap.
No, rest. Rest. R-E-S.
Yeah, you need to rest. I heard you.
Need. Bink is just. She is so done. She has had a rough I feel like Bink is the kindergartner dealing with the preschoolers who hasn't had their coffee yet. It's a lot. No.
The kindergartner dealing with the preschoolers that haven't had their coffee
the
yet. That's what you just said.
No, the kindergartner teacher, like the teacher.
You didn't say teacher.
I did say teacher.
It didn't come across your mic.
Oh, well, right now, guys. Anyway, the teacher dealing with the preschooler right now. She is at her wit's end. But no, complete. Need complete body.
Yeah, I hear that orcs tear apart their foe and sometimes eat them. They have a fancy for human human flesh, and I see a lot of them.
And Bink is need them now. Need them now.
Okay, let's go.
Okay. And she's gonna turn back. Don't go on roof. They know about. And just start she's gonna go back into sneak.
They know about. Yeah.
I'm guessing re-roll sneak.
Yep, you guys have met another person. Everybody needs to re-roll sneak stealth. Every time you make yourself known and then go back in.
Oh, Dave, I did it. I beat my one stealth roll. I did it.
I just need to know what your final is.
Okay. I rolled a nat 20 plus 16, so 36.
Jesus.
I did it, Dave.
That's the one of the big advantages that Pathfinder has over D&D 5e is that you have the ability to spec into individual skills to a much higher degree. It also has higher DCs for successes. 30 is a much more common DC for stuff for skill checks in Pathfinder than it is for D&D. But the trade-off is that if Jennifer had rolled a natural 1, she still would have minimum gotten 17 on her stealth roll, and she's a rogue. She's good at sneak. There's no scenario in which she critically fails and is bad at sneaking. She's it's baked into her background, and so. But yeah, then you get crazy ridiculous rolls too.
So 5e just released some playtest documents for
for 1D and
for
D or
some
whatever.
stuff. Yeah. Did you look at any of it?
I haven't looked at it directly, but I've been on Reddit enough to have seen all the big stuff people are pointing spotlights at.
Yeah, both crits are auto fails and auto successes.
Right, but they for skills, but they took crits away from basically everything that's not a martial weapon.
Well, and from not crits only work for player characters. Also, they don't work for NPCs.
Yeah, and that's I have a sneaking suspicion that there are quite a number of DMs who will keep crits on both sides of the table.
Oh, probably. But this is also just everybody's freaking out. This is the new source book. This is the new canon. Dog, this is the wave of playtests for some shit they're going to be releasing in a year. Everybody chill.
And as somebody who has literally never played a single rule set, I've always played some version of hybrid or some kind of homebrew or something like that. So it's it's literally made up rules for a fantasy game.
Yeah, do whatever the fuck you want.
Right. Yeah, but anyway, 36 is crazy. What about the other two? What are your stealth rolls?
-4.
Oh, love it. Pabu?
17.
Oh, 17. Great. Awesome.
Can I ask, how did you get a -4?
Because he has a -6 on stealth, and I rolled a 2.
How'd you...
What's
How
Bronze's
bad is your
dex?
dexterity?
Well, he's probably got heavy plate armor or some shit, which
Oh,
he has
is
heavy
also
armor.
gonna fuck him.
That would be it. I was gonna say I didn't think your dex was that bad.
Okay, well, you guys can, like, hear your new party member, like, clattering, clanging, and clambering behind you as, like, Bink just completely disappears into the wheat, and Pabu, uses his, like, lighter form to, tread incredibly lightly and, like, make his frame as small as possible, hunched down, making his way through. And Bronze is just clank, clink, clank, clank, clink, clank, clamber, clamber, metal hitting metal, coin purse, cha-ching, jingle, 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 as he's just, like, making his way through the fucking field behind you guys.
He starts falling behind a bit because he's also really slow.
Okay. Bink hearing all this is just gonna she's gonna kind of look back, and it's like we aren't even anywhere near the house, are we?
No, you guys are still, like, in the wheat field. Like, you guys have just started to move
Okay.
this way.
Fuck it, we're going brute force. Never mind, let's just do this.
Yeah,
We're gonna have clank clang. We're gonna go in.
Yeah, you guys should
Let's
tell me what
fuck
you
him
do.
up.
Okay, quick question.
Or
Okay, do your or first before the quick question.
And I'm assuming this is happening via whispers in character as you guys are making your way through the field.
yeah, he's like whispering while his clanging is louder than his whisper.
Like,
Yeah,
It's a stage whisper.
stage whisper.
You have me go up to the front door, and you two can do your sneaky things, whatever you're doing, and trust that everything will go well. I promise I can take them.
Can Bink give an item to him?
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, the reason I didn't use these in the last thing is they had been described to me as jumping jacks, and I thought you meant literal toys.
No, they are the size and shape of jumping jacks.
Yeah, no, I thought they were toys for a very long time. The caltrops. Can I give those out, or is that something where it's like only a rogue can use it, and if I give it to him, it's not going to work?
No,
Yeah, that was the other thing that you didn't use this time. Caltrop.
Yeah.
You have to give him the whole bag, but it's a bag of caltrops, and anybody can use them.
And she's going to hand it to him and just put around doors. Or can I give him half?
What?
Wouldn't it be better if you do it? I think I'm gonna alert them if I try to sneak around and put them around the doors, and I don't plan on running once I start fighting.
No, front door before knock.
I feel like they'll hear me coming before then.
And okay, Bink's gonna take her bag back. She tried to be nice.
Okay. This is your guys' deal. So you guys need to tell me what route you're taking, how you're getting there, what you're looking for. Like,
do we use the zoom in of the house or the zoom out of the house?
I need to know what means of approach you're taking first. So that's zoom out of the house.
Well, considering Bink has been here before, I think it's smart for us to follow Bink's route.
Okay, great.
Bink is okay. Because all this is burned, so there's no more like field to hide in, right?
There's no cover there anymore.
Okay. And is there any cover like if we get over here, can we right here?
That actually is corn. So yeah, that's a much better source of coverage.
Okay. If we get over here, can we see like the house like from a direct line?
Yeah, but it's gonna be like 70 feet away.
Yeah, okay. I want to get us to here before we start going up to it with clink and clang.
Okay, great. Sounds great. and unless anybody has anything they want to do in the meantime, you guys all
Mhm.
like make your way through the corn. I'm sorry, did I hear me? No. You guys make your way through the corn. It's much easier to hide here. It muffles some of the sound of Bronze, but he's still making a
Clink.
ruckus. And it finally comes to an end as he almost like bumps into the backside of Pabu. But you guys are all like standing at the edge of the corn now. So
Wait a
Watch it.
second. Are you
Watch it.
named after the pet from Legend of Korra?
Yeah. Remember I said
Okay.
I built this dude to basically just be Bolin? I named him after his pet.
Oh, I didn't know the pet part. All I heard was I built him after Bolin. Okay.
Well, Pabu is Bolin's pet.
Yeah, I know. That's why I didn't hear you say anything about the pet.
Yeah.
Okay. Now that we're here, Bink is gonna point at the house and go, think sleep. And she's gonna open her little bag of jumping jacks, whatever we call drops.
Call Trops.
Caltrops.
Call drops or trops?
Trops.
Drops T.
Trops. Caltrops.
Okay. Call drops. Okay. She's gonna open up the little bag and she's gonna go, I sprinkle around. And she's gonna wait here till done. And she's gonna go over there and start a sprinkling.
Cool. I believe those are good for like 1 5-foot square or 1 10-foot square or something like that.
Correct.
Caltrops.
How
The
many
5-foot
caltrops do
square.
I got?
I think it's like a bag of 25 usually, isn't it? Or is it 5?
I'm not sure because all it says in Rogue Kit is caltrops in plural.
One 2-pound bag of caltrops covers an area of 5 feet square, so you can spread your
Okay.
bag in front of one door and make that the way it goes. There is a cellar door on the south side, and there is a double door on the north side.
A double door?
It only takes a 5-foot space.
Okay. Well, we'll go with double door.
Okay. Then that is. I'm actually going to kill my camera for you
Out of
guys.
curiosity,
Boom.
double door.
What's that?
Can we have like a marking for where the call drops are dropped? Because like with the black square of death, I don't know where I dropped them.
You're dropping them outside the black square of death because it's the black square of death is the house itself, and you don't have access to the house. You're dropping them.
Okay. Am I
outside
dropping
the house.
here?
So you're dropping them. No, that's the cellar door. That's the cellar door.
Okay.
The,
Where am I dropping here? Okay,
so
there we go.
So you're literally underneath the
I forgot
chain
about them.
of arms and legs.
They look like sausage links.
Scattering the caltrops, but you know the house is relatively quiet. You're able to do so unimpeded, and you can make your way back to your party members and inform them of your success.
Okay. Could Bink check something real quick?
Always.
Can she check and see if the door is like booby trapped or locked in any way?
Those are 2 separate checks. Do you?
Can she do 2?
I mean, you can just pull on the door to see if it's unlocked, and it's not unlocked. And then the trap finding is a trap finding. Roll me a perception trap finding.
Okay. Da-na-na-na, da-na-na-na-na. Okay, 12 plus whatever I roll. Da-na-na-na. Okay. 10, 22.
She does not detect a trap.
Okay. Okay, Bink's gonna go back.
And after probably just like 5 minutes of waiting, you guys see Bink make her way back around the pond to you guys in the courthouse, the cornfield. I'm sorry. Did you guys have anything you wanted to say to each other while you were waiting?
Hey, so what brings you out here, bud?
Well, the church likes to send out emissaries to make sure that no evil is growing, and found the town of Phandelver, saw the job board, and saw that they're in desperate need of some saving. So I picked up this job, and here I am.
So you just like work for the man?
Can I ask a
The
quick
man,
No, they're having their moment in here. Wait a minute.
the man, Angrad the Infallible, yes.
Oh no.
I'm so sorry for you.
And I am sorry for you, who cannot see his beautiful ways, the light of his word.
I hate you so much.
I'm imagining that Bink is walking back on this, and she's doing like the thing where the parents are fighting, like they're looking back and forth in between as each comment comes.
Well, I mean, this is a meanwhile. You're completely out of sight from where they're
Oh,
at on
I'm
the
out
north
of
side
sight.
of the.
Okay,
Yeah,
I was
you're. This is a meanwhile. This is while you're. It's why. Yeah, I asked. Yeah.
okay.
Um,
Oh no, I thought I came back to this, and I was like, the question I was gonna ask is
no, I was trying to give them a moment specifically because you walked away. So if they
yeah,
wanted to talk without consequence of you hearing, this was an
yeah.
opportunity for that.
Yeah.
So I wanted to give that to them.
Quick question. It's a player question. Is Bronze like friendly, or is this like just very blunt?
Yeah, because we're going through an accent that we can't hear. So how does he come across?
Yeah.
He's like proud in his belief, but he's not like trying to he's not being aggressive about it. He's just like, I'm sorry you cannot see the light of, Angrad.
So
So
he's like
he's patronizing.
Probably without meaning to be, though.
Maybe. Let's see let's look up patronize.
Like he's not. He doesn't think he's better than you. He knows he's better than you, and it's just.
Yeah, there we go.
That's just that's just the truth of it. Like it's nothing personal. He's just.
It's not my fault.
That's what I
I'm
was
smarter
wondering.
than you are.
Like, is he stating this like a fact? Is he trying to be friendly? Is he trying to be aggressive? I'm imagining he's just bluntly stating it because it's like, I know I'm better than you.
No, but I think it's also cheerful. I think it's not like because I mean his job is to like come across as friendly and he like follows the goody two shoes god. Like he's not gonna. I mean, unless he thought it'd be an interesting character quirk, but he's not gonna like come at you with a snarl and my fucking god is the best. He's happiness and rainbows and shit. And you should, you know what I mean? He's gonna like reflect his god's lawful good nature, right?
This is when we find out that he's like extremely xenophobic, or not xenophobic. Which one's the one with the religion?
Xenophobic could apply to religion because it's just of another culture, so another religion could be considered another culture. But I'm sorry, we're getting a little bit off track. Bronze, how do you come across? What's your general demeanor?
What he states is what he feels is the truth, but he's not trying to like be aggressive. He's not trying to like be aggressive. It's just what he believes to be the truth. You're not a follower of Angrad, so you didn't. He does feel a bit of pity for you.
Okay.
So he's pretty straightforward, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Straightforward, but he's not doing it in like you're going to hell. Like he's not.
No,
Okay.
There's no hidden motives behind him. He's just gonna say what he says.
Okay, that's what I wanted to check because I wasn't sure if it was the accent sounding nice or if he was supposed to be mean.
Cool. Okay, so I'm sorry. So I have completely lost track of time. So you guys have been like having this conversation. You guys are still alone. Bink has not resurfaced from in front of the house yet, and you have just gotten done discussing. Well, from Pabu's perspective, you've just finished discussing Bronze's Lord God. I don't know if Bronze thinks you guys are done yet or not, but you guys are kind of in that moment. Do you have anything else to say to one another?
No, I think I'm probably just going to be waiting.
Then Bink.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry, huh? Bronze?
No, yeah. You're good. We're good.
Then Bink like comes across the like out from behind the farmhouse and like makes her way around the lake, and you hear the soft like plip plop of her little feetsies making her way up, and and Bink approaches to the two of them just kind of like standing awkwardly, obviously waiting for you to get back.
Okay, is Bink still in sneak?
I'm assuming so. Yeah.
Okay, that's why I wanted to double check. Okay, Bink's gonna look at him and at regular door, and like point in the kind of can we see the regular door from where we're at?
No, it's on the opposite side of the farmhouse. It's on the north side.
Okay, so Bink is gonna go other side, regular door. And she's gonna the call drops. Be careful. And then just gonna look at Bronze and go, what plan?
Well, I guess my plan is to wait for you guys to get into position, and then I'll come up there and hopefully distract them enough, and then you just jump in and attack them. Maybe they'll think there's one of me and 4 of them, and they'll think it's easy pickings, and we'll show them that that's not the case.
So you want to use us as bait?
No, I'm using myself as bait, you dummy.
Okay.
How far is the roof from the ground?
I think we established it's about 20 feet from the ground.
20 feet? Okay, I can't do a tongue dash. Okay. How far is the cane from the ground? Like 10
it's hanging between 2 second-story windows. The stories are about 10 feet apart, so I'd say like 12, 13 feet off the ground, probably.
Okay. So hypothetically, if she got on one and an orc came out, she could hit it with the tongue?
If she was on the chain?
Yes.
She could hit an orc that was like in the second-story window. She could not hit an orc on the ground from the chain.
Oh, okay, never mind. Okay. Well, I'm gonna let you guys lead on battle plans. Bink doesn't really. She's like,
Plus, it takes so damn long to try to communicate with her anyway.
Hans never had any issues.
That's because Hans is used to communicating with Jennifer's player, and you guys have a lot of rapport in real life.
We got 5 years of rapport, right.
He knows what you're trying to say, even when you just use a couple of words. Okay, I'm sorry. So Bink is not seeming particularly interested in taking the lead on this planning process, leaving it to either Pabu or Bronze.
Well, are you familiar with like battle tactics or anything like that?
If by battle tactics you mean kill them before they kill you, and do anything you can to achieve that.
Yeah, sounds good to me. Let's go.
Okay. I'm also, honestly speaking, I'm still trying to figure out how I want to play Bronze, so he will fluctuate for this first couple sessions.
Yeah, no, that's totally understandable. And this is not our core campaign, so I'm a little less rigid on that kind of stuff myself. You guys will just need to let me know where you're positioning yourself. We're going to switch over to the farmhouse side, and so you guys can approach it. These are all 5-foot squares over on this side. You can stand, on whatever side of the house. This is the front door. This square is where the caltrops are. This, is where the chain is hung between the 2 windows on the second story, which has 2 arms and 2 legs, like on different hooks and things on there. Where do you guys go? It sounds like Bronze is hanging back, so Bink and Pabu, what's your plan?
Is there anywhere is there like a bush around the house or anything that Bink could hide in?
The area around the farmhouse has been cleared pretty substantially, but Bink is not super. Roll me a charisma saving throw. Just roll me a d20 and add your charisma modifier. See how lucky you are.
Da na 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 da na na. Nat 20.
Yeah, there is there's like a small boulder, which has it's like oblong, and there's almost like a crevice, like a cranny on the other side of it, which you can like nestle yourself into extremely well, and it's a great hiding spot.
Bink is gonna hide in there, and where exactly is it at?
I'm drawing it in.
Okay.
Wait, hey, Bronze. What if you try to pretend to convert them, and while you're in the doorway and they have the door open, you look in to try to gain some lay of the land?
Are we gonna pull a Jehovah's Witness? Okay.
I mean, I can certainly try. I don't imagine Ankar would be opposed to new followers, but I
Exactly.
can't imagine they're gonna be too much of the talking kind. As like, I'm assuming we're pulling up here, or at least getting near here. So
I mean, you don't necessarily have to get them to talk about anything, but once the door is open, you can like take a look in and then maybe see anything of note, any entry points, anything that might be just good to know, just general knowledge.
Imagine that you open the door and they're actually nice to you.
and how would you say I communicate this information to the rest of you without alerting them to your presence, if that's even something we're worried about?
I imagine you either convert them or they tell you to get lost. Either way, you come back to us afterwards. Like, all right, cool, thanks. I'll see you guys at church on Thursday, and then leave, and then come over to us.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but they decapitated her former friend.
Don't worry about it.
And
We'll
as
be
you
here in
guys
case anything goes down.
and as you guys are drawing
Directly.
nearer to the farmhouse, in the line of they decapitated her friend, you guys can now like see the chain, like and the limbs. You've drawn within 100 feet or so of the house, and it's like the evidence of what the orcs have done is literally hanging out right there.
Brutal.
Is Bink
Believe
in
that.
her hiding rock?
What's that?
Can Bink go to her? Can Bink like point out her hiding rock to them?
Yeah.
Okay, Bink is gonna point out her hiding rock situation, and it's gonna like, get them in 10 feet. Me. And she's gonna point at her tongue and look at like Pabu and be like, eh?
Okay, we know that you're over there now, I guess.
Bink is gonna take one of her daggers out. Can she use it to demonstrate like what she's doing?
Yeah, so
Oh.
she like holds her dagger and like wang, and like her tongue like shoots out, 10 feet, and like and there's like a flash of steel at the end of it, and then their tongue like retracts, and there's just like a
Oh,
third
so you
dagger
want us
sticking
to
out.
get them out so you can throw daggers at them?
Stab.
Okay,
Stab, not throw.
sure. So you can hurt them. Got it.
And Bink, for the record, you're already within 10 feet of the square outside the door. Like if
Okay.
there's an orc standing on the caltrops, you will be able to strike him from where you're at.
I want to be safe, not
Is
sorry.
there a window or a door here?
That's a window.
It's a window. Okay, I want to try to just post up alongside here so I can listen to the conversation that may or may not happen at the front door, and that way I can react accordingly when I need to.
Okay. Have you looked in that window at all? Or
I don't want to look into this window. I wanted to just make sure that I'm not standing in front of the window. I wanted to
got it,
be on this
got it.
corner.
Sounds great. Then you are on the corner, and Bronze sees sees Bink ducked behind a rock, and Pabu pressed up against the side of the building, and both of them are making eye contact with you now, Bronze.
Bronze technically does see Hans.
Okay, so let's see. All right. So Bronze is going to cast. He has it's a light 0 level spell that causes the touched object to glow like a torch. Can he do that on himself?
No.
Oh. Okay.
Because it doesn't say creature, it just says object, right?
Yeah, it just says object. I'm just curious.
What about doing it on his clothes?
You have to pick an item: shirt, pants, hat, whatever. But
Okay, yeah, his shirt.
He's gonna do it on his helm.
Okay.
He's gonna hope it gives him a halo kind of look, and then he is going to go up to the front door, and then he is going to cast magic weapon on his hammer.
Okay.
and then he's going to
and
knock on the door.
Remind me, does that have verbal and somatic components?
Verbal, somatic, and DF.
Cool. Give me a second.
We really are just going the Jehovah Witness route.
Are you trying to do this quietly?
Yes.
Would you roll me a sleight of hand, please,
That'd be good.
or a performance, your choice.
Let's see which one has the less of the negative modifier. Oh, I don't even have sleight of hand, and performance trained is a -3, so.
Cool. Performance check it is.
Total of 3.
Total of 3. Love it.
Got
As
him.
you are like standing on the doorstep and like finishing, like muttering the rest of these, these components to yourself, to make your helm alight and your weapon magical, you do hear movement coming from inside the farmhouse.
And he's finished casting this, correct?
Yeah. Oh yeah. The spells are live for sure.
Okay. So, he's just like perfect, right on time as he gives the door a hard knock.
Like a single knock or?
Like a 3 knocks or whatever.
Okay, so Bronze walks up to the door, halo fucking shining, and doof 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 hits the door with a loud ass knock, and Pabu is close enough to the house to be one of the first to hear the indistinguishable sound of gruff voices back and forth, and the sound of like metal clamoring and just like a general like ruckus and commotion. There's like hollering happening inside. Bink can hear some of these voices coming through, as can Bronze. And
Before anybody opens the door, I just want to like peek around the corner, make eye contact with Bronze, give him a thumbs up, and then go back around.
Jesus Christ.
And 2 or 3 minutes passes, and you hear. Actually, Bronze, roll me a perception check, please.
Okay. Where'd I keep putting the dice? I'm just gonna do it on here then. 16 plus. $21.
You hear the sound of the chain rattling, and you glance up and can see that both of the windows are now open from where the chains are, and there's an orc wielding a javelin in both in both of those windows. And I need everybody to roll initiative.
Oh my god.
Okay, 17.
Okay.
Let's see.
Hmm.
Oh, that's not great. 9.
Oh, how about you, Pabu?
It's a solid nat 1 for a 5.
Oh boy. Okay. Which means that Bink, from her positioning, also is able to see these orcs, which are standing there, arms cocked, about ready to release those javelins and let them fly at Bronze, and she is actually first in our initiative order.
Fuck.
Can always hold your action
That's,
if you want.
yeah, that's what I think I'm gonna do. Can I hold the tongue action? The tongue stab situation?
Yeah, and that's if somebody just gets within range of you.
Basically, yeah.
Cool. Talking's always free. Nothing you want to do there? Anything over
Thinks it's gonna shake her head, just...
Cool.
That's it.
Great. It's my turn. Okay. So those javelins both let fly. Oh, low rolls to start us off for the night. I do not think either of those is going to hit. The higher of the two of those is all of an 11. Does that hit your AC, Bronze?
No.
Okay.
He's got like plate armor. I fucking hope not.
Yeah. And then you hear like rustling sound from inside, and those footsteps grow louder, and you can tell that there are multiple figures which have gathered in the like space behind the door, but they have not bursted through said door yet. And that's it for the bad guys. And then Bronze, you're up, buddy.
Okay. So they are behind the door.
It sounds to Bronze like there are multiple figures in the room behind the door. Whatever that room looks like.
Really, if it was another character, I knew exactly what to do so far. But let's see. Inventory, let's see what spells.
Yeah, we've got two brand new characters to our players during this combat, so this will likely be a learning and Googling combat where we're trying to figure out rulings on miscellaneous bits and baubles.
Oh, okay. Okay. How does it have any components? Okay, no, it's free. Can Hans attempt to open the door?
Yes.
Or Bronze?
Yeah, Bronze can do so. I'm assuming that he does not want to stand where the caltrops are, though, so he'll have to pick a right side or left side of the door to, like, stand in to try to open the door. So you can move your figure to whatever side you're going to try to open the door from.
There you go.
You got to get up against the wall, friend.
Oh, wait. There we
go. Great. And you tug on the door and it's locked.
Fucking hell. Even now I'm doing it. Okay. Bronze is going to attempt to cast Murderous Command.
Oh yeah.
On the orc that he can see going out the window, or he looks up and sees if there's any other orcs, or if it's just the one that he saw that attacked him.
The two, one in each window.
Okay.
And he sees them both.
Okay, so he's gonna attack the one that I'm assuming that's on this window, and he's going to he's gonna cast Murderous Command.
Great. You'll have to tell me what Murderous Command does. I do not know.
Target is compelled to kill its ally for 1 round.
Okay. What's the, I assume, will DC?
Yeah, it's shoot, let's see. I believe it's
the DC for your own spells, sir. One of the first things you will need to learn.
Yep, I want to say what was it? It's like 15 plus in Wisdom modifier, right?
No, it's usually 10 plus the spell level plus a modifier, or 10 plus your caster level plus a modifier, or it depends on what it is. So there are a couple of different. Because is it a spell, or is it a spell-like ability that's granted to you from your class?
It is a spell.
Okay, if it's a spell, then it should be your spell DC. And your what's your class?
War Priest.
War Priest. Spell DC. Finder. Okay. Survey says Warpriest's highest level spells, cast a spell. DC against Warpriest spells is 10 plus the spell's level plus the Warpriest wisdom modifier. What'd I say? So 10 plus, I'm assuming 1, maybe 2 at this point, plus your wisdom modifier.
Let's see. 10 plus 1 plus 3, 14.
14. You got it. Here we go. The orc saves. And
Dang.
you watch as his eyes like start to glaze over before he like ferociously shakes his head, and you can see like spittle and drool like flying off of his tusks, and he points at you and lets out a roar. And you still have your movement.
Bronze just yells, "I'm coming for you," in orc, and then he is done for his turn.
I'm coming for ya.
The orc hollers back, "We will bathe in your blood and feast upon your flesh as jerky, once dried and seasoned."
God.
Uh,
Oh no, not tried and seasoned. Monsters.
Hey, Castle, what's going on?
Anyway, that'll be it from.
It's going. We've had some party infighting, but now the party's fighting the orcs, so we're on track. We're where we need to be now. And Pabu, you're up, bud.
Hello. Okay, so that door, the front door still hasn't been opened yet, yeah?
Not yet.
Sick. Can I 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 25? Can I go here?
Yeah, 5, 10, 15, 25. Yeah, easy.
Cool. I'm going to use my kinetic blast to shoot a fucking boulder through the door.
Oh, that's cool.
Sick. Roll. You got to roll a regular attack. See if you hit.
Right.
A one can still be a wild shot that that crit fails basically. But,
That's going to be an 18.
That's going to hit a door all day long. Go ahead and
God, I
roll
hope
your
so.
damage. And I will double check the hardness of a door real quick. Door hardness.
6 plus 5. That's 10 points of damage.
That's 10 points of damage.
For the sake of like ease, all kinetic blast attacks are just considered magic damage.
Okay, cool.
Is what I have read.
Got you. So you spend, will you describe what this looks like? This is your character. It's the first time your party is seeing what you can do. Will you please tell us?
Yeah, so I'm going to first get back into the Hero Forge. So I heard the commotion at the door. Bronze attack didn't work, so I tuck and roll. I pivot, sprint over, and I'll like slide to a stop over here. And I'm just gonna be earthbending a boulder. Like as I'm sliding, I'm building the ground up at my feet, and then I'm just gonna like hacky sack kick it up, and then roundhouse kick the boulder into the door.
And then you guys watch as that boulder impacts solidly, boom, and just clean knocks one of the doors off. Like you can see the top hinge like pops, and the door like kind of slumps over, and it's in place, but like now it's loose. Like you could grab it, and you could like rip it off. Another impact like that would most certainly just blow this place open. But what you can see through the now slumped and bent and warped and chipped away wooden door are the multiple green forms and the flash of weaponry and the ivory of tusks from behind. And you figure there's 2, maybe 3 orcs behind that door.
Damn, son, this is a robust ass door.
I specifically checked the hardness and hit points for doors right now.
God damn.
Uh,
Yeah,
You
I
just hear
don't.
Braun say that's hella sick.
Thanks, man. Wait, are you allowed to say that?
Yeah.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. I too am still trying to figure out this fucking character. I might have other like side bullshit that I can do, but at the to avoid holding things back, I think that's all I can do easily right now.
yeah, you can. Uh, I know from reading your character sheet that one of the things you can do is you can gather power as a movement action at the cost of one burn to it like adds another d6 or it like adds a modifier or something. So I would search your character sheet for something that's called gather power. And yeah, no kidding. Welcome to character development on stream. We've got two brand new characters. We had a character death last session,
Yeah.
and then Jeremy joined us with his new character this session. He's playing a super sick Pathfinder subclass called the Kineticist, which is basically like an Earthbender, which is super fucking cool.
Not even just that; it's like full on Avatar.
Yeah, like you can
Yeah.
pick any element you want. Well, any of the four major elements. And
5.
five? What's the fifth? Psionic or something?
Essentially telekinesis. Yeah, it's Aether.
Yeah.
It's
Cool.
called Aether, so it's
Cool.
telekinesis. Yeah.
That's fucking sick. I like that a lot.
Cool.
Um, yeah, so
But it's also like super complex. Like there's just a bunch of weird specific stuff
right.
that I'm just not familiar with yet.
So anyway, we're gonna pass your turn, but in between this turn
Yeah.
and next turn, look for gather power, and we'll just retroactively apply it because it reads to your next attack, so we can
Yeah.
say.
Okay.
Oh, actually, no, you already moved, so you would already have used your movement anyway. But that would be
That's fine.
that's your go-to extra thing. If you're like standing there, you have a gather
Mm-hmm.
power. That's the thing. Okay, great. So then we are back at the top with Baby Bink, who never got a shot. But she's also still in hiding behind a rock. She's pretty stealthy, sneaky.
That's true. Quick question:
Okay.
how late are we playing tonight? Mainly because I want to. I didn't know if we had a set time.
We didn't set a time, and I mean this is a good point. I just had food that dropped here, so I'm ready for our first break, kind of whenever you guys are. We've been playing for an hour and 45 roughly. So if we call this halfway, we would go until like 7, 8:30, 9, like 10, 10:30. If you guys
I
want to
can
do
go as
that.
late as. I know. Andreas, do you work in the morning?
I do.
Okay, so that's up to you guys because I don't work tomorrow.
I mean, I can do 10:30. Fine with that.
Yeah, and I mean, it's D&D. We may call it at 9:30 because you guys finish this quest and get back to town and it's a good breaking point, or we may push through and finish it closer to 10:45 because 10:45 or 11 because you guys just need a little bit more to finish something up, It's like we'll take it whenever the breaking point comes, anytime after 9, I guess is what we'll call it.
Don't blame me, blame the Instagram algorithm.
What?
You can look in the general chat and see what happened.
Oh, that thing? Yeah.
I missed it.
Why that got recommended to me, I don't know. But that could have been what Bink became.
What have you done? That's great.
We could have had a permit.
Okay, Bink, let's do at least one more round of combat before we take our break then.
Okay.
Bink,
That's all we're gonna need to kill him.
You are still Heidi Holland.
Heidi Holland. Is there any orcs within range?
Not now.
No. Okay. Can I just do a perception check on the limbs to see how rotten they are?
You don't need to. I mean, they were. When they were removed. They were removed a few hours ago. So I mean, they're.
Okay, so it's not too bad.
No. Yeah.
Okay. Once again, can I do hold action?
Yep. Always.
Yep. That's basically what I'm doing.
Okay. My turn. And you are very visible now, Mr. Pabu. And our javelin tossers are pretty worried about what you can do. They don't like that at all. So
Fucking come at me, bro.
that's what's happening. They are doing it. Much higher rolls. Not one of them's a 20, so I'm gonna roll to confirm that real quick. But I want to see if the other one hits.
Quick question: how much overkill damage did you do to that door?
It wasn't overkill damage. There's still a door there.
Oh, okay. I thought it went down.
No, it got battered and broken and is on its way out, but it is still,
It's like hanging off the last bolt of the hinge.
basically.
Oh, okay.
Does a 17 hit?
It sure don't.
Okay, then I need to roll to confirm the crit, which is not going to confirm a crit. It will confirm a hit, though. So that is one little baby javelin, which is going to do all of 5 piercing damage, as one of them, sails wide, and you're able to, deflect it with, a bit of stone. But the second one does embed itself in your left thigh. Now, oh God, what are the rest of my orcs going to do? They are going to roll a strength check. Not going to do it. Roll a strength check. Not going to do it. Roll a strength check. That's going to do it. And Bronze is going to hear doof, doof, and then boom, and the doors like kick open and they kick loose, and there are there is no door there anymore. He can very clearly see 3 orcish figures which are standing in the entryway. One of them is kind of halfway up on the stairs, and the other 2 are filling the space directly in front of him. And I need to know what
I did most of the work.
I need to know. Jeremy's character was going to be his last time. Yes, it's very cool. I'm excited to see it too, because I get to run it. Okay, I need to read caltrops again. Give me just a second here. Figure out what the fuck that does. Caltrops, Pathfinder. I think they have to roll a save or move at half speed or something. For this attack, shield armor. Each time a creature moves into
Arms and legs really do look like sausage links.
Make an attack roll for the caltrops against the creature for this attack. Shield armor and deflection bonus do not count. +2. Creature stepped on the caltrop, deals 1 point of damage, and the speed is reduced by half. Okay, got you. So, Bink, you spread the caltrops, so I need you to roll 3 d20.
3 d20?
Just flat d20.
Do I add any? Or
nope.
No?
Totally flat. Okay. Let me know what they come out to.
Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Individual or total?
Individual, please.
Okay, give me a second. Okay. Let me see. Okay, we got 1 nat 20.
Okay.
We got 1 10.
Okay.
And we got 1 5.
You watch as the first orc immediately steps on a caltrop, yelps in pain, and begins hopping, and hobbling awkwardly out of the doorway. The other 2 are able to get out the door basically and through the caltrops without
Too much issue.
Without too much issue, but. That first guy is close enough for your attack to trigger. Really, your attack to trigger on any of these 3 guys. You could take.
I think I'll go for foot dude for 500. Okay. Quick question.
Yeah.
If Bink shoots him with the tongue and the dagger, would that be strong enough to push him so he falls and is laying on all the caltrops?
Not without. No, that's a bull rush maneuver is what you're describing.
Okay. I wasn't sure because I know we kind of did something, but I didn't think it was like a regular stab.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let me do my not calculator. There we go. Let me see. What do I gotta roll? Yeah.
Episodes, first time.
Okay.
I like Castle Jeremy. That's anybody will push back against your antics is good in my book.
What do I do now?
Nothing. You guys are just giving each other crap in the chat, and it's it's good to see. It's encouraging.
Oh
to
yeah.
I like to see some good old fashioned ribbing. Good natured ribbing.
I get to have my Dave moment. Dave, does a 27 hit?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. All day.
Okay. And then one. Wait, do I do sneak damage?
He didn't see you, so absolutely.
Hell yeah. Okay, that was do I do 2 separate ones or do I just double what I got?
You roll a regular dagger damage, so exactly like it says on your character sheet for the damage, and then you add however many d6 is your sneak attack.
Okay, let me see. Oh, my eyes fucked up. Both PS sneak attack. Hold on. It's at the bottom of the page. It's not with the weapons. Sneak attack of extra damage. Okay, so I add the 2d6. Okay.
That sounds right. 1 for every 2 levels you have in Rogue, I think, is how that
I believe
works out.
so, yeah. 2d6. Okay. Plus 4. Okay, let's do this. Roll. Are you gonna roll or are you not? Okay. 12 plus 1, 2, 3, 4. That's gonna be 16 damage.
Yeah, you can slaughter that orc however you want. He's dead.
Yes! Vengeance! Oh, okay. So, can I just hit him in the balls and let him fall flat?
Yeah, sure kill.
Yeah. Just go. This orc, all you see is you, because like I'm imagining that when someone like hurts themselves in the cartoon, it's like oh, the whole scream. We got that. He's hopping around on the foot situation, and just gets hit in like the belly button abdomen area, and just I don't know the term. You know how when it's like a certain area that gets sliced, and then like all the organs fall out.
It's called disemboweling. Yes.
Yes.
Whoa!
Can I
What the?
disembowel him for 500?
Absolutely, positively. And he falls to the ground, super, very much dead. And
Am I still sneaky, or did they obviously see the tongue come out from the rock?
no,
That
that breaks
that
your
would
stealth.
presume that would presume you were sneaky to begin with.
That absolutely breaks your stealth.
Okay, that's kind of what I assumed.
Okay, so I got 2 javelin attacks. We've had the orcs take their bonus action to move their movement towards a hostile creature they can see, which means they still have their standard action. And we're about to test Bronze's AC right now.
Oh no!
Highest of all my characters so far. So,
Sancha, I don't know if you have. Do you know who Rock Lee is?
Oh
Yeah,
man.
yeah. He kind of looks like Rock Lee.
I'm just
He doesn't
rolling.
he doesn't have a bowl cut.
I'm just rolling progressively higher. I'm assuming over 20 beats your AC.
you'd think so, and it does.
Cool. I'm like, oh, does it not? No, it does. Okay. Which means
You think so, and you'd be correct.
Which means I'm rolling 2d12s, and we're gonna see what they say.
Oof! Ouch.
Well, and then we're adding modifiers onto it, so that's. I know where you can find a great axe, though. There's one laying in that burnt field. Okay.
Wait, what?
What?
If I'm reading this correctly, I can accept a burn point to effectively up my DR by making my skin harder.
Yeah. It takes a little time for you to do that, and you can only do it once for every 3 levels you have. So you can only do it like once right now. I think it's once every 3 levels. But
so you can do a granola bar.
And then basically you can just shave off the first regular traditional damage that comes at you every time you get hit. So yeah, that's a cool thing. I rolled almost max on the first roll, and right in the middle on the second. So that is a number, and then I'm going to add modifiers. That is 23 slashing damage.
God damn.
Bronze is really hurt.
From 2 great axes. Bronze and Pabu should both have 2 healing potions on their person, just like every new character gets. And just so you guys know. And
Let's let him buy some too.
That's it. That's great. He would have had a chance to have stopped the shop before this. So totally legal. But that is it for my baddies. Crap. What happened? Oh, there they are. Which brings us to you, Bronze. You're up.
Okay. Bronze is going to. Let's see. Okay. One thing that I remember reading, and I don't remember if it's true or not, but some spells that he uses done as swift actions if he's doing them on himself.
That sounds accurate, but I haven't even seen your character sheet, so.
Yeah, it's I'm planning to use Cure Moderate Wounds, but it's a standard action, and I want to see if that's. Fuck it. He's gonna use
You got pots too, which you know are as a swift action. Your DM is just giving you health potions as a swift because.
Yeah, he's just gonna use one of those for now while I figure that out. So let's see.
That's an excellent choice.
It's the D8 plus intelligence. That's not gonna count. That's cocked.
That's
7.
what?
It got caught in the corner.
Oh, I thought you said that's cocked. I was like, what in the hell does that mean?
I did say that.
Yeah,
That is what he said.
No.
That's exactly what that
Cocked
means.
as in like COCK.
That is what he said.
Yeah, no, that's what that means.
That's what that means.
It means up on one side awkwardly, not landed flush, to be stuck in the corner weirdly cocked.
Okay. So he is healed, and then he is going to take his attack on Orc number 2.
Great. Take an attack. Go for it.
And then let's see. There's also he also gets bonuses against Orcs, I guess, because of not liking them.
Because of your god, yeah, that sounds right. Also, while you're looking this up, Castle, at least I'm like to live interacting with small streams. Well, small streams love having you, at least I do. And yeah, absolutely, you're liked. Yeah, of course. Plus, you're a friend of Jeremy's, so you know that's.
Okay, 16 for the attack roll.
What's that?
16 for the attack roll.
That's gonna hit the orc. Roll your damage.
Alright, let's see. D8.
Initiate less than 3.
That is also that they just keep getting caught in the corner. Oh, that sucks. Minimum damage of 7.
Ooh.
No, I wanted.
That'll do some damage to him.
At least you did damage.
That's
but it was close to like a 6 before, but it was stuck in the corner, so I re-rolled.
Wow. Well, it still cleaves into him. It's a substantial blow. Another strike like of that nature, roughly should fell this foul beast. But he's going to get to swing at you first.
That's going to be it for Bronze.
Okay. Brings us to Pabu, who ends our initiative bout.
I sure do, because I'm a slow boy.
Not real dexterous.
Slow boy, even though I actually dexterity is my highest skill. How?
Oh, wow.
Some fucking how.
Oh, sad. Low roll. Nat 1, that's how.
Yeah, fucking that ones. Okay, so one dude deadsed, and then a couple other dudes are piling out. So I guess 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I don't like to stay too close.
Some
And then
fucking
I'll what?
Castle just quoted you some fucking how.
So I'm fucking
I
out.
should have clipped that.
So
Maybe
I'm going to use my kinetic blast, and because I have like full elements of control over it and shit, I would like to, just for flavor, I'm going to harden it into almost like an arrowhead type shape because I want to effectively try to pierce through 3 into 2, even though I know that's not how that works.
I got you. Yeah, fair enough. But you can still, hone your earth down to like a needle-like point, and
Yeah.
like drive a wedge into O3 and roll your attack. Do you think? No splash damage on those, yeah. They're just.
I don't believe so. No, I haven't.
Yeah,
I
I
don't.
didn't. I didn't think I read anything about splash damage.
Yeah, I don't recall seeing anything that says that there is.
Yeah, one of these guys is an alchemist in the other campaign, so I'm hardwired to ask. But I think you're all right.
Literal splash damage. That's a 15 to hit.
That's a 15 to hit. That'll hit an orc in hide armor every day.
Oh, thank
All
God.
day, every day.
That's 2d6 plus 5.
I'm realizing how easy it is to defeat orcs when you have 3 people, one who's not at half health.
Are you fucking? I am a half elf.
No, half health.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm. That's 2 1s on the dice. 7
Oh
points of
boy!
damage.
For 7 points. Yeah, you guys are all about those sevens. It's you drive this wedge in, and you like your stones. I'm assuming that they kind of like revert to natural form once you're like done with them as an attack, and you can see like as some of the stone falls away that there's like a huge like bloodied imprint on the orc's armor, and like the leather's been like torn asunder, and like you made solid impact. One more of those should do it. About.
Son of a bitch.
You sounded like an angry baby.
Don't fucking call me a baby. I'm not a baby. I'm an adult sometimes.
Oh, that's creepy. That sounds like when people pretend that, like, where it's like the YouTubers who can do like the women's voices. You know what I'm talking about? And
I mean, if you want me to be creepy, I'll pull out fucking Gollum right now.
Jeremy and I used to hone our Gollum impressions together at GameStop.
Do it. I want to hear it.
Dude, I'm about to play a Smeagol character, a Smeagol barbarian, to where when I go into rage, I turn into Gollum.
Oh, that would be so good. And that's a great thought. I should just bust out. I should just give something that like a Nothic or something that like lurks in the darkness. Just give him my Smeagol voice. And
Dave, I want to hear the Smeagol voice.
That would be
Yes.
good. We will.
My friends are so precious. I don't like it when it hurts my friends. When it hurts my friends, I get mad.
I think my favorite line though will always be when he I think it's Bilbo Baggins is like talking to him about like the riddle game. It's like, if Bilbo loses, we eat the. It's something like that. It's like we eat the Baggins.
Yeah.
We eat the Baggins.
We eat the Baggins. Yeah.
That's Baggins.
Scrumptious, flat, plump, delicious, flash.
Oh no! If Baggins loses, we eat it whole.
Baggins loses, we eat it whole.
It's just the way he says it, though. It's like, if the Baggins loses, we eat it whole, and it's just like, okay.
Yep. My preciouses. I fucking love it. And with that, I'm sorry, Pabu, were you done with your turn?
I think so. Yeah, I looked to see if there's any bullshit nothing to think of swiftly. So I will dive over here, throw the spike, and I guess I'll use my last 5 feet of movement to poke around the corner.
That is an excellent use. Okay. We are going to take a quick break at 7:53. So if we call it a 5 minute or so break, we can all plan to be back by 8, and then we can go for another hour or two, depending on how long it takes us to get through our encounter, and keep rolling. But I think this is as good a time as any because it's combat. So let's take a quick break, and we'll be back in 5.
Sounds
Right.
good.
Cool. Herb.
I
I'm
have a
going to
this. Gotta unmute that. Gotta go find the thing we were
Oh, wait.
playing on.
Maybe Dave will know the answer to the question.
Dave is the DM. He knows the answer to all questions.
It's not a DM question. It's a life question.
Well, Dave is the oldest one in this Discord channel right now, so
Okay.
That too.
Okay. Question is, because my card, obviously, it's been frozen, so I'll be getting a new one. With any like reoccurring subscriptions I have, from what I know, I've canceled all the ones I can think of, or I have them written down so I know which ones to change. What happens if I forget about one and it's not changed, and they try to charge me to my old card?
The amount won't charge, and you'll lose the service. Or if it's a bill, then
Mm-hmm.
you'll just go into default. Like you'll get a late notice for it, hopefully first. But if they can't charge whatever it is, if it's like Spotify, or Netflix, you just don't get Spotify or Netflix until you pay it. If it's your electric bill, then they'll start sending you late notices. I don't think there's anything that's like super super critical that it would be a big deal on that you wouldn't like remember. It'd just be more annoying than anything.
Yeah, no, I have OCD, like, genuinely, so my brain is racking, because I remembered the yearly Grammarly subscription, and I was like, okay, I canceled that, because that's, like, something $100, because I can't spell and use commas because I'm stupid, but, like, now my brain is going, Jennifer, if you forgot that, what else could it have been?
Yeah, but I mean, chances are you'll remember whatever it is before the time for it to be paid actually comes up. Like you'll be fine.
Mm-hmm. I'm still gonna just check all my bank statements.
Yeah, and that's well. I mean, you can check your bank statements, but it literally won't charge. Like the problem won't be that it. The problem will be that it doesn't charge. So you'll have to notice that you have more money than you should because something didn't get paid. So it's a little harder to keep track of. But I guess you could. Cool. And yeah, Castle, life questions about what happens when your credit card information gets stolen and you have to switch all your info over and if you forget. Really exciting stuff here. We got character building. We got like mundane life questions. I'm gonna switch us over to just chatting, and we're not even gonna play D&D for the rest of the night.
We got general voice acting.
I know. Yeah, we're coming off of some voice acting. Yeah, no kidding, man.
Wait, maybe I'm wondering, could I just call my bank and see if they would know any recurring charges?
You can go to the bank and like ask them to print you a list of all of your recurring shit. Yeah. But you can also like search recurring shit in your bank statement app as well.
Right.
I've tried that. Mine sucks. It does not work.
That's probably a good solution for your OCD. Go talk to your bank and be like, I need you guys to tell me every every recurring bill that's come out of my account in the last year.
Like non-purchase, just subscription, something that hurts. Because I know like the one that's on it and the other, which was Grammarly, which is once a year. I can't think of anything else, but it's like I will my brain will rack itself, and Andreas has seen me do this until I throw up, which ain't cute.
Yeah. Well, then, as a bank opening tomorrow, that's my suggestion.
Sadly.
What? Oh, I guess it is Friday. What? Are we ready to get back to it? I guess not. What? Are we ready to get back to it?
I'm good.
I have my initiative order, and Bink, if you're good, you start us off. So you are now fully visible. You are out from behind your rock. It's probably large enough that you could still use it as cover if you wanted to not move, but it's only partial cover.
Okay. Are the other is 03 and 02 in 10 feet or no?
No, they are farther than that away from you now.
Okay. Okay. If Bink moves this way, would she take attack an opportunity from 3 or 2?
No, because their 5-foot square ends right here. Their threatened squares are like these ones.
And how close would I have to get to be able to hit 03?
Here.
Depends on what you're hitting them with.
Here. Yeah, if you're gonna go tongue, you gotta go here or here.
Okay. Bank is gonna go here.
Okay.
Oh.
Just move.
And she's gonna do the tongue thing again. Okay. Keep closing the dice roller by accident.
That's why you need to get real fucking dice.
I know, but I have real dice. It's just I'm on my bed at the moment, and it doesn't work.
Not with that attitude.
I wish it was my attitude.
I have my real dice. I love them quite a bit.
Me too. I even got a new dice tray.
Okay. Within 10 feet.
That's the one thing I still need is a tray. The top of my cigar box kind of doubles as a tray.
Oh shit! I just gave away my extra tray. I would have given it if I had known now.
It's okay. I'll go support my local game shop. I actually know the guy who runs it, so.
Does a 19 hit?
An orc every day.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And you guys are lucky that we are in the one-shot campaign, and that I'm reading this as written, because I follow a dungeon master called Matt Colville. His name is Matt Colville. He has a company and he releases products, and they've I signed up for their book of monsters coming out, and they're just releasing them as they come up with them. And there's all these new fucking orcs, and I'm so excited for it. So.
Hey, I don't know if you care or not, but you're not streaming in Discord. I don't think that's fucking up the Twitch.
No, it's not fucking up the Twitch, and I'm not streaming in Discord because I don't want Discord. I don't want you guys to see the layout of the house.
Right. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure.
Bink did 8 damage.
8 damage to Orc 3.
Hold on, let me check. Yes, Orc 3.
Then I need to double check something real quick.
Garlic cheesy bread seasoning went down the wrong pipe.
And he is in very bad shape. You strike him, and he cries out in pain and is bleeding profusely. And one more attack of almost any severity will certainly drop this orc.
Since Bink has dual weapons, could she do another attack? Oh Jesus, Sasha, you scared the shit out of me.
It's a cool dice tray.
Behold my dice tray.
I want to see your dice tray.
No, I look up and all I see is his eyes, and I'm like, what the?
Fine, I like it.
It folds up.
Oh,
so
that's cool. I like that. I like that a lot.
I was happy with it.
That's super cool.
Okay, sorry, that was it.
No, that's fine. Show and tell. That's what D&D is for. So you have attacked this orc. It is badly wounded. You want to know if you... Castle says, stop scaring people, Jeremy. You want to know if you're too... I think we established that yes, because you have light weapon, right? Weapon, fighting...
I do my second one.
Yeah, it will. It does lower your to hit modifier for both attacks, doesn't it? Not by much, but by a little. I thought.
I've just been using 8 this whole time instead of 10.
Wait.
Yeah.
It lowers from 10 to 8 on both.
Okay, yeah. So then you can attack twice. I'm fairly certain.
Okay, tongue punch. And do I roll the confirmed hit?
You can make an extra attack for the secondary weapon. Yeah. Okay.
Tongue punch that fart box.
It came out to 18 again.
That's gonna hit him. Yeah.
Okay. 4, and then plus my 4.
I don't think it matters. I think
7.
I think that he's dead.
I think, and Banks is gonna intestines.
All right, there are now 2 gutted orcs standing before y'all. Do you have anything else to do with your turn, Bink?
Could you make a perception check on Orc 2 to see how he is, health-wise, I guess?
He's a half health. I'll just give it to you.
Okay. Oh, I'm good.
Then we're going to move on to the orcs. How smart are orcs? Not very. Yeah, low intelligence means we attack the closest target. So, bronzy boy, bronzy baby.
Yeah.
O2 is swinging. Oh, and a 4 on the dice becomes a 9 to hit.
That does not hit. It's not going to hit Tim. It's not going to hit Bronze.
The javelin throwers are now more worried about Bink, I think, because she's the one down there dropping people. So we got a pair of javelins coming at her for a 16 to hit.
No.
And that's the higher of the two. So that the 16 doesn't hit, then neither one of them are going to. And
I'm imagining like the javelins are following around and Bink is just having to do like a little froggy dance. Hopping around.
yeah, I mean, you're missing a couple of javelins as they come through. And
Did you pick up that one that was bloodied from the very beginning?
No, I can't. I don't think Bink was strong enough to pick it up.
I mean, yeah, it's just a javelin. She absolutely would have been like with no. You weren't strong enough to haul. You were having a problem hauling his torso through the field. That was your issue. A 2-pound javelin is a lot different than a 60-pound torso.
Yeah, true.
Intestines go bye-bye. Yeah, pretty much. And fucking, we got javelins missing. Those guys are done. What are they going to do? Where are they right now? They are...
Well, there's only 3 of them, and we killed 2 of them, so you only have 1 to shoot.
Hold on. Give me a moment. Give me a moment, please.
There's only 1 choice.
What's its speed? I said they're 20 feet up, right? And then...
No, everybody's on the ground.
Okay, so then the orcs, which were just released those javelins, they are going to make an acrobatics check as they come flying out of those windows, and they are gonna land. Both of them.
No.
Then they are going to take their aggressive bonus action to move up to its speed towards a hostile creature it can see. So they're falling in front of these windows because they're in the same spot on the first and the second floors.
Oh, he's just a little guy.
I mean, he's a regular orc. They're regular orcs.
No, make him a little guy.
Will it make you feel better? The stat block isn't going to change, but I'll shrink him down if it makes you feel better. I mean,
make him a cute little guy.
And they will murder you. And then we're going to. They're going to come up.
They're the fucking.
Boink boink.
They're the psycho shorties from Borderlands.
They, however, do not have another attack. They are out. Bink, 05 and 04 are both in threatened squares from you, so if you step away from them, you will incur an attack of opportunity from both. They seem focused on bronze, but you're near enough to them that you're not like outside of their notice. So heads up, full warning there. That's it for the... Oh, I'm sorry. I need to... even though they landed on their feet, they still... the impact of falling did have an impact upon them. And one rolled high and one rolled low. Interesting. Okay. Great. Then we are up to our next player in initiative order, which is Bronze. You're surrounded by orcs, man.
Yeah, and I figured out how the blessings thing works.
Great. Let's hear it.
Basically, I can expend one of the blessings, one use of the blessings, to make any spell that I cast, or not any spell, but certain spells that I cast, become a swift action if they're 1 round or shorter. So Bron's gonna do that to cast Cure Moderate Wounds.
Okay, real quick.
As a swift action.
Real quick.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to make sure you know that part of your plan, that if you're planning on casting 2 spells, one of them has to be a cantrip.
Oh no, just 1 spell.
Okay.
It's basically, hey, I'm gonna use one of the blessings and expend that use and like have it turn the Cure Moderate Wounds into a swift action, but it's only one spell being cast.
Great.
All right.
But then I
Let's see.
assume your standard action will be an attack.
Yes.
I'm still having
Oh,
dinner. I'm eating pizza in the background. What'd you get for your result?
9.
Well, 9 health is better than 0 health, my friend.
It is, but I want 20. I want the max 20 that I can get.
Yeah, well, if we all got max damage all the time, D&D would not be a challenging game.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
But it was fun.
That was
for like 12 seconds, then you get tired of it. Or alternatively, you would just always fight stuff that has you wildly overpowered. Like it's always much stronger than you.
well,
Or
that
we
was
just
that
go
was
around
just
goblins.
that was just for him healing himself. This is the actual damage roll.
Yeah, well, you got to roll the attack first. And who
Oh,
are
I
you
do?
attacking? Yeah, aren't you? I mean, if you're swinging, you got to roll to see if you hit, right? Like every other attack.
No, I mean, yeah, see it hit, but okay. So I healed, and then I'm rolling to see if I hit.
Right. And you're telling
Yes,
me
okay.
which orc you're swinging at.
Oh yes, number 2.
Great.
Going for the one that's hurt him.
Finish
So let's
what
see.
you started.
Yeah. That's gonna be a 21 to hit.
All day.
I think that's nearly max damage. 13 damage.
Oh, annihilated, destroyed. However you want him to die, that's how he's dying.
He takes a swing for the legs, and you just hear the knee crunch as he like falls over.
Nice, love it.
And that'll be it for bronze.
Cool. And another orc crumples, leaving a
Crumple still in.
leaving a pair of them standing on either side of you, Bronze, excuse me, flanking you, and they know they're flanking you. Yeah, and you killed the most recent enemy, so, or their ally, I guess, from their perspective. That is a 15 to hit.
Does not hit.
Then neither one of them hit. So, cool, big horn grats, as these orcs are very angrily swinging their great axes towards you, and you are a champ at deflection and acrobatics and not getting hit with great axes. You've gotten hit with a great axe. You don't want to be hit by them anymore. You're done. No, thank you. You can sell your wares to someone else. Then the orcs are happy where they are, so we're good there, and we're back to
Binkies.
no. Hold on. I think I went out of order. Did I go? It's my. What the fuck am I doing? I'm taking the orcs' turn right now, right? That's what I'm doing.
Yes.
Mhm.
Wait.
Okay. So then who?
Uh,
but Hans just went, right?
Yeah.
Bronze
Oh
just
yeah.
went?
Yeah. It was orcs, bronze, then Pabu.
Orcs, bronze, then Pabu. So
And you had the orcs go up to bronze, and that was bronze's turn, so it should have been Pabu.
that sounds right. Pabu, you're up.
Okay, there we go.
I thought it was bronze orcs then, Pabu.
It's supposed
No,
to
because
be.
he got a 9 on his initiative.
It's supposed to be. Bink starts us off. Then it's the
Uh-huh.
baddies. Then it's bronze. Then it's Pabu.
Pabu. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, cool.
So
Well, I'll
yeah.
poke around the corner and yeet another boulder at 5.
Yeah, and this is if you hit him, I know the kind of damage you're doing, so that should. Well, maybe not. I don't
That's a 16 to hit.
know. Gonna hit an orc in hide armor.
And it's 13 points of damage.
13 points of damage combined with his fall damage is enough for you to narrate his demise. His tiny demise.
So that was the last one that was attacking Hans, right?
Yeah, they both took a swing at Hans and they both missed.
Okay, so I'm gonna flavor it that the reason 5 missed is because I killed him. So as he's raising his axe to bring it down on Hans, you just see like a stalactite just pierce between his eyes from the back.
Ooh.
And that would make it really difficult to hit the thing you're swinging at. That would make that very challenging.
And then I'll peek back over here.
And then I move back. Great. That leaves a single orc, and these fuckers fight to the death, so you guys are going to be cool. That is if it survives Bink's turn. Bink, you're up.
Okay. Only one person to hit.
That's it.
04.
What's that?
Tongue attack on 04.
You got it. Wow, blam.
Blah. Okay. One. Could I do a double attack?
You just got to take them.
Okay.
Yeah, just let me know.
Okay, there's the other one. Okay, one rolled, so plus 8. One rolled a 17, the other one rolled a 19.
They both hit?
Okay. Six, and then... Gonna add them now. Okay, 15.
Damage total or on the first attack?
Damage total.
Great. That is enough to kill the orc. Because he also has fall damage. So, another. Do we have more entrails splaying about?
Basically, yeah.
And
They
congratulations.
cut my friend, now they get cut up.
And congratulations, all. You are now in free action, and after standing there panting, assessing your wounds, the last of the orcs gurgling ends, and you guys are met with the sound of the crickets in the night, and things are peaceful once more.
Is this gonna? Can Bink roll into sneak and go in the house?
Yeah.
Okay. She wants to explore and see who the fuck is in here. We're just gonna find the skeleton of the one dude. Because we took too long to come save him. 28.
Great. And Bink just hunches down, does not say a word to you guys, and just slinks into the house out of sight, leaving Pabu and Bronze out front of the house.
Ah! And I didn't see it.
Bronze is gonna look at the doorway and see just Bing slinking in, and he's just gonna walk over to where Pabu was. It's you doing all right?
Oh, did we get him?
I think so.
Sweet.
The little Gripply went in there and I guess I'm assuming trying to check and see if there's any more.
Oh god, damn it. Okay, let's go. I guess did make sure not to step on her bag of stars.
I think the dead orcs are make plenty of doormats to cover those.
Perfect.
You just kick
Let's
one of
go.
the bodies over in front of the doorway, and it rolls over onto the caltrops. And you step on him, he squelches as all of his wounds bleed from the pressure of you standing on him. Okay, now I gotta pick up my book because I don't know what the fuck is in this house. Okay, you guys enter.
That's not good.
Into the room, and there's a creaky wooden staircase which ascends in front of you, in front of a small entryway. The door, of course, is busted off of its hinges. There's splintered bits of it everywhere, and a couple of drops of orcish blood and drool lie on the floor here as well. And there is a door to either side, your right and left, and then actually there's a door on all three sides, and then a stairway up.
Bink is just gonna go. Can she go this way?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Bink is gonna go that way.
I say, don't run upstairs. Let's not have a repeat of last time, huh?
I never ran upstairs.
And you make your way into a large kitchen, which has, a large butter churn and work tables and shelves of like foodstuffs and ale. You look up and there's like pots and pans and herbs and ingredients hanging overhead.
Can Bink keep an eye out for any of Hans's stuff?
Any of Hans's stuff?
What would he have left?
You took Hans's. You took everything of Hans's that you wanted before.
Yeah, I mean like that was on the body that they took.
Yeah, she
like
keep an eye out
armor
for
and stuff.
Yeah, well, I mean, they left most of the armor on him. Most of that is his torso.
Mm-hmm.
They only took his limbs.
No, but I still want to get his clothes back. If they took like his boots and his gloves.
Okay, I hear you.
And like I want the helmet out of everything.
Well,
We'll lead with that.
The helmet would still be on his head.
No, I thought the helmet was. I thought he got stripped. That was my understanding. Was they were arguing over his stuff?
No, they were arguing over his limbs.
Yeah, they were arguing over his limbs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Remember that was the whole reason they tore him apart.
Actually, you don't even know what they were arguing over. You don't speak.
That's
Orc.
why I thought it was over the weapon.
You don't speak Orc. Yeah. So they were arguing. Yeah, but spoiler alert, they were arguing over his limbs. You're in a big ass kitchen, but you can keep a lookout for Hans's stuff, no problem. Pabu and Bronze, you have walked into the entryway. You see the door to your right is open, and Bink's figure, disappear as Pabu hollers out like, "Don't go up the stairs. We don't need a repeat." And you guys are standing in the entryway.
Well,
fucking get in there. I don't want to be out here.
All right, fine. Gosh.
All fidgety.
Whoa, shit. Oh god.
Figure
Bink?
the
Bink, what are you doing in here?
Bink isn't gonna respond. She just is looking around and like moving to the next room, basically.
But you're not trying to hide yourself from your party. You're just not responding, correct?
Yeah.
Correct. So you look and you like see Bink just like silently like making her way, like creeping along one of the countertops, like staying low, like eyes looking around, and then she like sits there for a second and like slowly her joints constrict up and she like boing springs across the room. And are you gonna go through the next door, Bink?
Yeah.
All right. Well, Bink's doing her thing. Bronze, do you want to follow her? Do you want to check out any of these other rooms?
Well, let's check out the other rooms. I imagine she'll yell if there's any trouble, and I think we got a lot of them.
Let's find out.
And Bronze is going to go to open this door.
Great. Upon opening that door, which is door, you open the door to almost like a patio porch area. You are back outside.
Well, I don't think you want to go back out here.
All right, I'll peek in through this door.
And you can see Bink making her way across a large dining room with two, large wooden trestle tables flanked by benches, and there's, cattle skulls on the wall. And for you guys, for Pabu and Bink, most notably, what you can see is this table was obviously the site of a feast of some kind. And
oh no!
And there are remains. There are some kind of humanoid remains on these like tables and plates and things. Half drunk grogs of ale. It is obvious.
Don't look at it. Don't look at it, Dink.
That some sort of humanoid was consumed here.
I'm assuming this is probably the guy we were supposed to rescue, but is any way that Bink can distinguish?
Hans would have beefy arms. If these are not
No,
beefy,
that's definitely Hans's remains.
No, because
Roll,
Hans's remains are tied up on.
roll me a
the
medicine check, please.
I don't think I have a medicine check.
Check.
Then D20.
Okay, that's what I wanted to check. The closest thing I have was herbalist.
No.
you heal.
You can see what they seasoned him with before they killed it, before they ate it.
It's a heal check. Do you have heal?
Yeah, but no, because I'm guessing that the worms outside would be Hans.
You don't have a heal stat? A heal check?
I have a heal check. Yeah.
Do that. I'm sorry. It's not
Okay.
called medicine. It's called heal in Pathfinder.
A heal. Okay, 4 plus 15, so 19.
This body is too putrid, too rancid to have been Hans, who was only,
killed like a few hours ago.
Right.
See, I knew it wasn't him. He's too much of a beefcake. Okay, so what's this? What's
Good
this?
thing Hans isn't alive to hear you say that.
That is a small closet and stairs which lead up.
Okay. Where's the cellar?
That is
it like an outside only cellar?
I think so.
Okay. I think Hans would love to be called a beefcake. It's a respectable compliment.
I think you would.
Well, no, it sounded like you said that these arms are too much of a beefcake. It couldn't possibly be Hans.
Hans is too much of a beefcake. These couldn't possibly be him.
Oh. Yeah, okay. Yeah. The cellar door's outside only on the other side.
Okay, not Hans. Bank is gonna go check out the cellar.
Okay. What are Pabu and Bronze doing?
I mean,
you
I guess I'll
go
look at Bronze. You want to go with her? I mean, this seems like more of her pilgrimage than mine, so I'm just kind of along for the ride.
All right, yeah, let's follow along.
All right.
Wooden doors are set against the south side of the farm here, and they cover stone stairs which lead down to the cellar. It has a dirt floor, walls of mortared stone, and an 8-foot-high plank ceiling braced by wooden pillars. There is a chair which obviously someone was tied to for some time, and the bindings are still around the arms of the chair where it would have been used, arms and legs where they would have been used to hold the individual in place. The shelves along the walls are lined with skulls made of butter, protected by a thin coating of wax.
Skulls made of butter?
That's what I heard.
Yep.
What?
Okay.
Can you definition that for us?
So butter, the thing that you get from cream and milk and cows, in the shape of a skull.
Made of butter.
Okay. Big just look around the room, see anything of Hans. If not, she's leaving.
No, nothing of Hans is here.
Okay. Bink's gonna just go upstairs then.
Upstairs, B5. There's a large common room at the top of the stairs, padded with. I'm assuming you're going up these stairs anyway. Are you going up these stairs?
Yeah.
Which set are you going up?
These ones. The main.
These?
Yeah.
Great. There's a common room up there. With scattered on the floor are 3 dragon anti-playing cards, and some some dragon chess pieces. Like it's clear that the orcs were just kind of like passing the time in this space. I'm sorry, and you guys are in. That is this area up here. That's where you are. Those orcs aren't there anymore. There's a huge hole in the top of the ceiling here, where Hans had, chipped away at it yesterday. and you remember him fondly as you look up and see the first rays of the morning, shining and streaking over the top of the farmhouse. The only way to make your way from here is up a hallway which has multiple sets of doors. You know that this room, is a small bedroom. That's where you found the orcs sleeping yesterday. But let me save you a little time here. As you make your way through, left and right, this room was obviously the master bedroom. And there is, a large bed and a bulky cedar wardrobe, and there's framed paintings of landscape hanging on the walls as well.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been tossed. It's obvious that that some of the ruckus and commotion that you guys have heard over the last couple of days was probably the orcs tossing this place.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. No hunt stuff?
No, that. Roll me a perception check.
Can I join in?
Yeah, yes, please. Because you're also looking for stuff.
30.
Bronze? No, sorry, not bronze. Pabu?
12.
Yeah, Pabu. You let Bink goes into this room and starts, looking around and stuff, and you start poking around, and you end up, it's not a huge space, and you figure you may be better to use poking around other rooms, and you quickly find what was obviously an office of some sort at the end of the hall, and Bink, as you're tossing the bedroom, you get to the wardrobe, and you find that though it has been tossed already, there's a secret compartment at the bottom of this wardrobe which the orcs missed earlier. And as you open it up, you find a suit of mithril chain armor inside. Pabu, you are looking over under stacks of paper. There's business ledgers and years and years worth of business transactions here. But you do find a small chest in there which has 65 gold, 150 silver, and 200 copper in it.
Man.
Bronze, what are you doing while these guys are tossing this place?
I'm just going to take the gold.
Quick question. Does that mean a mithril shirt?
Yes.
Okay.
Tossing the place as well.
You're also roll me a perception check, bud.
That's gonna be 21.
You are going through the other rooms, and it's clear the other orcs have set up in here, and there are personal stashes of items that could only belong to orcs, bone piles and gold teeth, and filthy scraps of leather and things of that nature. But you do find a pair of bloody boots in this process. And Bink, have you made it clear what you're looking for to your party?
No.
Bink hasn't said anything since we came into the house.
So, Bronze, you find a pair of bloody boots.
He's
Fucking weird, dog.
Bronze just going over to Bink with them. It's they said you said they dismembered your friend, correct?
Bink's gonna just nod her head.
Are these his?
Are
Ring a
they?
bell.
Yeah, you look at them and they are undoubtedly, because when you weren't riding on Hans's helmet, his boots were at eye level, so undoubtedly these were his, full of his blood, no doubt.
Bink is just gonna hold out her hands to gimme.
Gimme.
and just like holding them, and like he like drops them down into her arms.
And she's gonna examine them, and she's gonna nod, and she gonna look at him and just go, "You help with arm," and is gonna go over. Can she start going over to the windows where the chains are, and just detach them so that they can go get the arms and legs?
Yeah, you're just gonna let it fall.
Yeah.
Easy enough thing to do. You gotta detach it from both windows, both the common room window and the window in Big Al's bedroom. But yeah, after 3 or 4 minutes, you get one of the hooks loose, and you walk out to the other room, and you get the other hook loose, and you guys can all hear a loud thud as the chain like hits the ground outside.
And Bink's gonna just look at Bronze. I'm assuming Pabu is not with us yet.
You guys have at this point it takes you long enough to get the chains out that you guys clear the house and have reconvened at this point.
Okay. Which stronger? And she's like looking at between the two of you.
I've got a 16.
18.
Him.
Bink's gonna look at him and go, I show you where buried. Bring him. And then she's gonna look at Pabu and go, bring arms and legs to near lake. Meet there.
Man, I gotta carry the fucking arms and legs?
And Bink's just gonna look like hearing that and just gonna turn back and just kind of look at you with this like look of like please. Like like it's the whole thing. Like, yeah. And she's gonna go with Bronze and show him where basically Hans is buried.
Alright, one arm and one leg each on both sides of me, like held under, like in between my arms and my sides.
Yeah, got you. And it's cumbersome, but you're not trying to do this on any kind of timetable or squeeze through any space or balance or anything. So easily enough done. And you guys, I'm gonna zoom out. You guys meet by the water side. I'm assuming probably. I don't know.
Well, Bink is showing Bronze where the body of Hans is.
I know. I'm fast forwarding you guys a little bit.
Oh, okay.
I'm assuming that you're gonna dig him up, and bring him back over to the lakeside.
Yes.
Where you told Pabu to meet
like
you.
Over here. Yeah, like over here.
Right. So you guys all end up by the lakeside, and you have this Hans's remains, and what you do with them is this is your show, Bink.
Bink is just gonna, cause like all the clothes would be laid out, right? Like she can see if any clothing is missing.
A lot of the clothing is missing because of the way that they cut him up, and a lot of the clothes just fell off the body once they did that. But yeah, I mean, what are you looking for exactly?
Like he has like somewhat of a shirt, helmet, pant, and boots.
The only thing he doesn't really have anymore is pants, and there's not.
Not even like shorts.
No, because I mean they weren't gentle. They sliced
Okay.
him up, and it
I just don't want to bury him with his dick out.
Well, he's a torso with separate limbs and a head sewed on right now. Like him having his dick out is not really the most concerning thing about this corpse, I feel like.
No, but I want to be respectful. I don't think you'd want to be buried.
You can tell you what. Bink can probably fashion him a loincloth with some of the scrap leather left over from
we'll leave
corpses.
it out.
Oh my God. What are we doing here? This is your deal?
Well, Bink is just gonna start, sitting there, and it's just, she puts the boots back on the legs, things like that, and it's just gonna start sewing him back together. Like what she did to the head, basically. And she's gonna look at Bronze and go, dig hole deep.
Sounds good.
This is weird.
Especially because this is not like an instantaneous process. Like digging a hole and sewing limbs back on a body takes like an hour. So, like, you guys are going to be around here for a while Bink sews up this body and Bronze digs this hole.
Yeah, I'm assuming
Pabu's
Bronze just like looked around like the workshop or whatever, found a shovel and started digging.
Yeah, that's a good assumption. I like that.
Oh wait, what am I doing? I literally have earth powers. I'll just fucking like earthbend a hole.
Can you?
You can save a lot of time on digging the hole, but sewing those limbs on is still a slow and arduous process.
Yeah. Can Bink, if you're not gonna do the dirt hole, okay, who's digging the hole? Pabu or Bronze?
Yeah,
Well,
I'll
Bronze
dig
is-
the hole.
I'm assuming he's doing this, but like Bronze went out and looking for a shovel. So by the time he comes back, the hole is done.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay, with that in mind, once Bronze comes back, Bink is just gonna look at him and get big stone.
I got it.
Is it big enough as a headstone?
It's probably
I
too
could
big
make-
to be a headstone.
All right, I'll cut it in half. Here you go.
He picks it up and shears it in half and
Yeah.
rotates it 90 degrees and sets it down again.
And Bink's gonna just keep stitching. Just keep stitching. I guess we speed through this and the body's done being stitched up.
Yeah. That's just.
Okay.
You will tell me when you're done with this scene. I have nothing to add here.
Okay. Once the body's done, Bink is going to like kind of look at him, and she's gonna take his helmet off, and she's gonna set it to the side, and she's gonna like start trying to push the body into the hole.
And it's much too heavy for Bink to push into
She's
the
go-
hole.
Okay,
He's gonna-
now Bronze. Now Bronze help out.
Bronze just gives him a little bit of a look and then goes over and helps her get the body of Hans in the hole.
Yep, sounds great. And he thumps to the bottom, and you can see as like one of the stitches for the arms like has come undone, and it's starting to like unthread from the impact. But Hans is now laying at the bottom of this hole.
And Bink is gonna just kind of look at Pabu and just stare at him.
Bink has big black eyes, and they are staring at you, Pabu.
I guess I'll fill in the hole.
Yeah. Then the hole is filled. You guys all share a moment around the fresh grave.
Can Bink write something on the stone?
Bink can,
I'll even like make a little like chisel or something and give it to her so she can
Hold
carve
on.
her own.
I was about to say,
inscription.
Bink can probably work with Pabu to like make something happen. Yeah, absolutely.
Hold on, I'll type what it is in the chat. How can I put okay, you know how do you do this in Discord? Without pressing enter, can I add another line of text?
Shift.
Hold
So
shift.
Enter.
Shift?
Shift enter.
Shift enter. Yep.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna read it out loud as soon as you.
Yeah, because I was just gonna give you a chisel so you can do it yourself because I figured that would be more what Bink wanted rather than outsourcing all of the grave process to complete and utter strangers.
I mean, you guys slayed some orcs together. That bumps you up from complete strangers to moderate strangers, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I just had some free kick-ups myself. I'm not sure where they came from.
Do 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 do.
Do.
She said "coming undone," so now I have "coming undone" stuck in my.
I've had Hooked on a Feeling stuck in my head for like a week.
Great song.
It's a great song, and that's part of the problem.
Oh, Dave,
Ooh,
I
that's
found
not
out
bad.
one of my cousins knows you from high school. On one of Andreas's co-workers.
Okay, well, we can talk about that after stream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, there's the chat. No, I had to mention it before I forget it.
I think Bronze needs to read it in his
In his accent.
local, specific, accurate Scottish accent.
Kind of lost it, honestly.
I would not try reading this in the Scottish accent, my dear.
That's just gonna make me want to try to do it.
I know, but if for me, please.
Elias
don't.
Holland, he found strength he didn't know he had to protect something precious to him. He was a true warrior, worthy of honor.
Worthy of honor.
That's better than I can do.
Love it. And and it's a picturesque moment. The sun has crested over the hills that are on either that run the north and south side of the farm here, and the smell of the burnt field has started to is being wafted the other direction by the breeze, and you guys can feel the sun on your face, and it's a stark reminder that this line of work you were all in is dangerous, and it is not guaranteed that you all will make it through any encounter, any interaction at any time. Every day is a blessing here. Hey, Sora Hart, thanks for the follow. Welcome. Sora, there's a name. That's a name I haven't heard for a long time.
Scotland forever.
Scotland forever. I'm not as good. I can't do the R's.
These orcs may have taken Han's life, but they will never take our freedom.
Our freedom. Braveheart. Great. So that's fucking great. Welcome. Okay. I do want to give Andreas the player the opportunity for for Hans to impart any other, if the wind carries a whisper of Hans' essence, over this spot in this moment, if there's any feelings he'd like to instill in his party, or any kind of parting moment. It's your funeral, literally.
So Bink, thinks she's seeing something by the pool.
The pool? Oh, the river? Wait, no.
The river, the little lake, little pond or lake right there.
Just around the riverbed.
And she just sees a figure, holding a helm, by his hip. And it just looks back. It's like a shadowy thing or whatever, and it just looks back and gives her a nod. And then it sits down by the lake, and then it sets its helm down by its side. And then it just kind of disappears.
Before evaporating into the early morning hours.
To the ether.
And you guys, share a moment. You're all brought together by the death of a fellow adventurer. And, at some point, after an appropriate amount of time, somebody's thought for business kicks in. And they remember that the job they're here to do said that, in the instance of Big Al not surviving, that they are to bring proof of his demise.
Ah, shit. I guess I'll... Go ahead.
Can, would the basically buttered biscuit remains of Big Al count? Were there, bones left, or do they eat them whole?
I mean, there were some remains. You guys can go in and see what they look like.
I mean, shit, you disemboweled most of the orcs. Let's just pick up their contents and bring them back as a pile.
I mean, I figure the bones and whatever was on that table wrapped up.
Let's check the table before we start getting feces.
Not feces.
Well, it's partially digested. So that's basically, if we start going into intestines, we're getting partially digested food.
Oh,
So poop.
You're the one that disemboweled everybody. Jesus.
There's gonna be poo.
You guys make your way back inside and you start looking over, and it's a rough thing to do to watch somebody get sewn back together, bury them, and now to be back to collect the cannibalized remains of the man you were meant to save, who you were unable to save. But you go back and you just like pile all this stuff together, and it's like a rib cage and like a couple of miscellaneous organs, and there is like a length of intestine which has been, tossed aside, and you guys are all about to give up hope, and someone finds a finger with a ring still on it, bearing Big Al's initials.
I imagined it would be Bink, just for since this is going to be Bink's last mission anyway.
Well,
Yeah.
Bink kind of just planned to leave after this. She doesn't really care about money. Grippins have no monetary gain.
No, but this was also your and Hans's last mission, so I figured Bink would be like really gung ho about finishing Hans's last mission. That way she could walk away in peace.
No, she finished his mission, which was perform his funeral. In her eyes, that was the mission.
So you guys watch as Bink like picks up this and like shrugs and like tosses the finger with the ring like into the pile of like other bodily parts and pieces that are being collected.
Yeah, she'll give it to you guys if you want it, but she has no plans of like, she basically just came in here with you guys because you went, but like she's going to be on her way in about 2 minutes. She got the helmet. She going home. She going to the swamps.
Sora, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for the follow. Good luck at work in the morning. I know how that goes. So does Bronze or Pabu? Are you guys gonna ask her for this or pick it out of the box? Because I'm imagining you guys like collecting all of the bits and pieces of Big Al, and then Bink like finding this finger that has the ring on it, and you guys are all collecting this together, so you guys can all collectively see this. But she's like disinterested in it, and she just kind of like chucks it on the pile with the rest of the body parts you guys are collecting, and then it would be up to either Pabu or Bronze to like go grab it out of the pile.
What brought Bronze out here also? I don't remember.
Bulletin?
Was it also the bulletin?
Yeah. Overall
okay.
thing is religious stuff, but yeah, he saw the bulletin.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You're holding
Everyone saw the bulletin.
I'm going to grab it because I think I deserve the money more than the church does.
Bronze, you know what? Do you say this out loud?
No.
Oh.
Wait a minute. I have a question.
No.
Does Bronze pay like tidings?
No. He just goes
doesn't?
out and he goes out and kills stuff that like his god demands.
Oh, okay.
Like a good religious follower, he kills.
Yeah, like
the
a
people,
good little soldier.
He kills the people his god tells him to. Okay. He kills people who worship other gods that his god doesn't like.
For a minute, I was gonna say, like, is this when we get back to town and then Bronze has to go to the local church and go pay his tithings?
Yeah, he has to switch into his casual gear, which is a white button-up and tie, and has to go house to house collecting collecting dues.
Have you heard the good word?
Big Al is dead.
Yeah, Big Al is dead.
Big Al has joined whatever the fuck my god's name is.
He is reunited with Ungrad?
Ungrad.
Unga.
Okay, so...
No,
I'm sorry, Bronze, go.
No, I was just saying he sees Pabu pick up the thing.
Oh, no, yeah, as soon as I see her drop the ring dismissively, I'm just going to go pick it up.
Okay. Bron's going to ask, like, oh, what is that?
Oh, it was just something that I thought looked pretty cool. And she didn't seem like she wanted it, so I figured I'd hold on.
Is it evidence, or is it just a little keepsake?
A little keepsake for my first mission with my new friend.
Is that a lie?
I'm about to say, is he trying?
I mean,
is he
it's
trying to
not a
deceive?
lie.
I'm about to
It's
say,
a lie of omission.
if his character is
It's
trying to
kind of a half
deceive,
truth.
yeah, but if he's speaking with intent to deceive, that's enough to trigger a check.
To be a sense motive.
I'm about to say it
I'll
depends.
say diplomacy.
Well,
Bluff.
it'd be a bluff if you're trying to
Bluff.
outright say something out loud to him, and then yeah, let's go bluff against sense motive. Let's make it a contested check. Let's do that. Bronze is skeptical. Pabu
Oh.
is trying to be
Dirty 20.
Yeah, I rolled really poorly.
Yeah,
A
then
2, a total of 9.
then it seems to you like Bronze has found a little keepsake that he's interested in, and that tracks.
All right. Just so long as we find something that, that'll tell us that it was in fact Big Al, so we can all get paid.
Bink on the comment of all getting paid is this kind of go, I go home now.
Well,
Yeah, we
can
go
you come
home and
with
we'll get
us?
paid.
That way we can at least split your winnings.
I love that.
Could they?
Only if you're there. If you're not there, they
Yeah.
won't pay for you.
And Bink, I go home.
Okay.
And she's gonna look at them and go, can I do a wisdom check to remember the shopkeep's name, or the one guy we saved in the goblin battle?
Don't need to. It's Barthen from Barthen's
Barthen.
Provisions.
Bink is gonna go to Barthen. Help him find the dwarf. Tell him Hans passed. And Frog, or Bink returned home. And she's gonna start walking out the door with her helmet.
Okay, well, bye, I guess.
May Angrad grant you safe travels.
What he said.
And it is more for flavor or whatever, because it only lasts a minute. But Bronze is gonna go over there and cast virtue on her. It just basically adds a temporary hit point for 1 minute, so it's more for flavor.
But she walks away knowing that, walking away virtuous, walking away, like you were saying, she gave her friend, the funeral he deserved, and, treated his body honorably, and did her best to put him to rest, and walks away, like you're saying, feeling as if Bink's journey has been completed.
Quick question.
Yeah.
Does the mithril shirt that I have, do I just give it to the next character I'm playing?
No, if you are retiring Bink with it, then it retires with Bink.
Sorry, guys, the mithril shirt. I'm taking it with me.
You suck.
All right, and Bink walks off into the motherfucking sunset, or sunrise, I guess, because it's daytime.
Can I just say what happens to Bink after?
End of the session.
Okay. Okay. Oh, I did share Bink's backup. It's a little bit farther back, but
okay,
it's past Sexy Frog.
I don't think I'm running another combat encounter tonight, so it shouldn't be as critical. But I appreciate that. Okay, so then Pabu, Bronze, you guys have had a weird fucking night. You guys both independently accepted a job off a board for different reasons, coming from different places in your life, to be stopped in your tracks by like a pike of some sort and a pile of blood, to be one of you assaulted by the strange blue frog, another one to meet the other two of you, to then fight and best some orcs and take part in some weird water ritual funeral ceremony thing, and and then the frog's gone, and then she left. So now it's you guys. Are we a party now? Is this a partnership? What's going on? What are you guys doing?
So, what exactly has your congregation sent you out to do?
I mean, it's less of a physical congregation and more so our God, speaks to us. It's the general tenet of stopping evil at its source, and to do that, you have to be proactive about it. You can't just sit in a building and pray the evil away. You need to go out there and bash some evil skulls, which is what I was sent out to do.
Wow, you guys are weirdly progressive.
My one and only question, though, is what do they consider evil?
Well,
True.
unless Pabu has the thought to ask that question, we will not get an answer initially.
Yeah. So, do you, as the Enclave, prove or decide who is evil? Do they just like hand you pictures and say "fuck this guy up"? Like, how does this whole thing work?
Fuck this guy.
Well, it's like a calling that those more virtuous feel, and God, we stop the demons, we stop those dark beings from the different realms, and we stop local threats like your local orc invasion, things like this.
Do you guys get paid for it, or is it just like you get paid with the grace of God or some shit like that?
The grace of God is payment enough, and we are in Ongrad's debt perpetually until our eventual demise.
So
We
you
can
don't
only.
That's where you lost me.
so you don't get paid, is what you're saying.
Oh, believe me, I love gold as much as the next dwarf, but we get others pay us for our services, like the job boards and those town masters and stuff. But no, we do not. We do not get any earthly payment for our divine duties.
So this is an unpaid internship.
Yeah. So if you guys aren't getting paid, well, no. When you do get paid, do they expect you to like pay them with your personal earnings and stuff, or what?
Like taxes? That's ridiculous.
Okay, well, we agree on something. I don't want anybody taking my monies. Well, what if I help you rid the world of your evil, whatever, but then I get any payment that you might get offhandedly?
Now, while I'm a good war priest and follower of Ongrad, I still need money to eat and to live.
Oh, I'm not gonna like make sure you starve or anything, but like a lot of the excess stuff, I feel like if you're not gonna, I could definitely find uses for.
No, I still like money.
But you said that your God's grace is payment enough. No.
And Bron's just like okay, between you and me, he leans in.
Oh man.
What?
Ooh, that's a clip all day.
Between you and me.
Between you and me, like Ongrad's grace is great and all, but not everyone believes in him. I still, taverns do not take Ongrad's grace as payment.
And that is right when Bronze gets killed, for he is struck down by God.
He is smote. He is smote by Ongrod where he stands
I know.
for his heresy, and it turns out that
dark
Pabu
clouds
was
begin to
hidden.
roll in. You hear the sound of thunder in the background.
No,
Pabu was actually the trickster, testing your faith the whole.
Bronze. Oh wait, what's that called? What's it called when humans have randomly caught on fire?
Spontaneous combustion.
Yeah, because like, is he a fire deity?
Earth, or at least
No,
that's no. I'm sorry.
Ongrod.
He has a
Ongrod, not
bit of
me.
fire, I think. I think that's one of his things.
Yeah, because it's just like randomly you just spontaneous combusted your ass.
All right,
Cleansed you.
and we'll meet Andreas' third character next week, guys. No, I'm just kidding.
And Bronze is just like, backs up because he's like, now, I believe in everything I'm saying. However, I do not think that Ongrod is going to take any offense to saying that I need money for foods and services.
Okay, well, how about you get the bare minimum of any of your payments and I'll get the excess then, just to keep it even between you and your god.
Are
you like, yeah, how are you coming across here? Are you like joking? Are you being jovial? Are you like,
I'm genuinely trying to be I'm trying to be reasonable.
Okay, reasonable.
You're trying to steal my money.
Well, if you're not going to use it, if it's going to go hitting, but realistically, what I'm trying to do is come up with some reason that we would join a party.
Yeah.
I see. You're trying to tie your backstory
Yeah.
stories together. I got you.
Yeah.
It could also just be, hey, we might need to deal with more orcs, and I don't think we can do this alone.
Well, yeah, but there would be nothing stopping us from either saying like, "Nah, fuck these orcs," or "No, I don't like you. I'll find somebody else." Which is why I'm trying to force some sort of connection.
Right. Okay.
But I also don't necessarily want you to betray your character either.
Yeah.
And your DM will just like let you guys know that you'll have enough time to like travel together back to town to get your payment from the town master, who will pay you each the amount like on the board that you're going to get paid. So you guys will, short term, you have turning in this job as the thing that you're doing together, and then long term you guys can decide whatever you want to do for that.
Right.
But Bronze, you were responding to Pabu's pitch.
I feel like any good dwarf would not let someone take his money from him.
I mean, I feel like that might be a solid
fair.
answer. That's a good answer, though. Like
that's
in
fair.
character,
Jesus Christ, man. If it's for Ongrod,
how do you know that? How do you know that your god does not will this partnership into being?
by
The title of this episode should just be "One Player Robs Another."
It's not
by
robbery.
the grace of Ongrod, I will accept a 60-40 split.
So you've got yourself a deal. Handshake.
Oh my god. That's hysterical. Okay, so
title of the episode is 60-40.
60-40. You guys dumb. Okay. So you guys are, the better part of a day's journey up the Tribor Trail, and you are on the more tired side of the exhaustion train. Like you will probably need to rest as soon as you get back to town, but you could make it. Do you guys want to? Basically, do you guys want to rest here, or do you want to head back to town and try and rest in town?
I mean, I'm good to head straight back. I don't remember how much damage you took, but I'm good either way.
A number, but I'd rather, Bronze wants to get out of this kind of the bloodshed.
Yeah. Yeah, let's muscle through and book it back to town.
Then let's see here. If you guys leave an hour after daylight and it takes you a few hours up and down the trail, that would put you guys here. I'd say like supper time, early dinner time. You guys make your way back from this northern Tribor Trail area. Barthen's Provisions is the first like major town supplier. No, landmark business. I don't know. It's the first major thing that you pass, and there's the provisions and the smithy and the Shrine of Luck and the Stonehill Inn, and you make your way through the courtyard. Presumably to the home of Harbin Wester to get paid for your job.
Sounds good.
Yep.
And as you guys approach his door, oh boy, neither one of you guys have been to Harbin's house yet. So you guys approach Harbin's house, which is a home which is nicer than most of those in Phandelver, but isn't like a nobleman's manor or anything.
Oh shit! I forgot about this fucking. Is this the mayor?
And yeah,
Yeah.
and the door is shut,
shit.
and you guys are just standing in front of his house.
All right. Well, should we knock or something?
I think we should knock.
All right. Let's knock.
And as you guys, knock on the door, dump, dump, dump. Ah, go away! I'm not. Don't eat me. There are other townspeople.
No. It's okay. We're not going to eat you. Don't worry.
Oh, that's you sound like new voices. Is there, are you here to look in?
We're here about the job on the board, about the orcs.
Oh, adventurers. Oh, wonderful. Oh, delightful. And his demeanor changes. And he's like, what? And how is Big Al? Did you find him? Was he all right?
Big Al, Big Dead.
Oh God,
He
the
was
orcs got him. They're
eviscerated.
coming for the rest of us. The orcs are going to be here. Oh, they're going to get all of us.
No. Hold. Calm down. Big Al, Big Dead. The guys that made Big Al, Big Dead. We made Big Dead.
Oh good. You eliminated the threat. The board did specifically say that I would need some evidence of his demise. Did you bring something with you?
I mean, is our word not good enough?
Well, I don't mean to be crude, but no.
Okay. Well, here's his ring.
He says, just slide it under the door.
Will it fit?
Okay. Yeah, it's a little too big, so I have to splinter the bottom of the door just a tiny bit.
Yeah, and you can watch his fingers from the other side come out and fish it through. And he inspects it. And, oh yes, this was Big Al's, and you hear, oh, and to think, I always loved his butterskull so much, so delightful, so charming.
You
little
what?
garish. No, his butterskulls, his ranch. That's what they made out there was butter in the shape of skulls, and then it was so delightful to have. It looks better than a boring bar of butter sitting on your table. A little delightful skull looking back at you that you shaved little pieces off for your morning bread and butter. It was delicious.
Not gonna lie to you, sir. That's a little weird.
Well,
Almost cult-like, if I should say so myself.
Well, we all in here in Phandelver thought it was just adorable. And he's gonna say, but I suppose that there is some payment in order. And you hear some rustling, and then the jangling of a bag of coins, and then.
I will have you know, we did have a third who was actually hurt pretty badly, so we took them to their hometown a ways out. Is there any chance we'd be able to transport their payment back to them on their behalf?
Let's get a diplomacy check out of you for that one. We'll pass on the bluff, and we'll go straight to the diplomacy.
What the fuck is my dice?
Because it's also harder for Harbin to tell if he's lying through the door. So
Actually, yeah. Could I get advantage since you can't actually like see his face?
the advantage is you don't have to pass 2 checks. You don't have to bluff him and then talk him into it. You can just.
Okay, that's fair. You said diplomacy?
Yes.
Oh shit, that's an 11.
Yeah. On an 11, he's gonna say, "Well, I am deeply sympathetic, but if your party member is not here to redeem payment, then I cannot issue it for them. However, if they come see me, then perhaps when they feel better, we can square up."
Okay.
3rd gold coin. 4th gold coin.
God, I
5th
hate this
gold
guy
coin.
so fucking much. I hate him so much.
And assuming you guys are willing to wait the time, after 5 or 6 minutes, he slid out 200 gold coins for the first one of your payment and starts over
Lord.
again. 199, 200. Okay, that's for one of you. Collect it and let me know when I can start again.
Go ahead.
1, 2, and another 10 minutes goes by.
Murder. Murder.
Can I ask a question? Is this how he does it in the books?
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. I mean,
Fucking
I like to
Orcs.
think that I add a little bit of flair to his, a little bit of drama to his interactions. But yeah, it calls out in the book that Harbin slides the payment, the adventurer's payment out 1 gold coin at a time. However, that's all it says on the matter. So when your players start getting wily and they start pushing back and prodding at the boundaries and trying to break down the door and shit, then you as the DM just have to come up with something.
Nobody broke down the door. We were knocking vigorously. Thank you very much.
Oh man. Oh, that's fucking funny. Okay, so you guys can add 200 gold coins to each of your inventories. Congratulations on a job well done. And it is, it's dinner time, and you guys are pretty beat. You guys have enough energy to make it back to the Stone Hill. Wolf down some dinner, get a room, and call it. You are fucking exhausted after traveling, fighting, and then traveling back. That's a long day.
Sure are.
Sure are. Do you guys... The Stonehill Inn is run by a gentleman named Toblin Stonehill, and there are occasionally a few of Phandalen's locals there. Do you guys have any business with them or anything you'd like to do with your evening?
I think I'm gonna go find a clearing out of town and out on the edge of town and make an earth tent.
Okay, cool. Love that.
Ron's is probably going to rent a room at the Stonehill Inn and then just basically get dinner and go up to his room and say his prayers for the night.
Sounds good. And I will assume that you guys have reached some sort of agreement to come together again in the morning, rendezvous somehow, some way. And this, I'm going to poll the audience here, or poll you guys, my players. We've been going for about 3.5 hours. This feels like a good place to stop. We'd only really be able to go for about another hour or so anyway, which could be enough to introduce Jennifer's next character if you wanted to do that now at the tail end of this session, or that can be one of the first things we do next session. That's totally up to you guys.
I'll leave that up to you two.
I heard a yawn or two out there.
I mean, I think it would make more sense to do it at the next session. We'll wake up rested, meet up at the job board after breakfast or whatever, and then, oh, look at that, a new adventurer is going to try to take our bounty or some shit.
Quick question. How tall is Pabu?
About 5'9".
Okay.
Yeah, Bolin's not particularly tall, I feel like.
Why are you heightist?
Oh, no. I just wanted to know if she's taller than you, and it's a yeah.
If she's going to stand out, which she probably will.
Okay.
There's a reason, and Andreas knows it because I think talk jokes are funny.
Okay, great. So then, Jennifer, why don't you? We're at the end of the session. Then why don't you tell us the epilogue of Bink's story now?
Well, Bink went walking, got hit by a train.
Bitch.
Oh, that was
Don't do that.
I know.
Not Bink.
survives
No,
an
okay.
orc attack. Took a hit by a train.
Yeah, no, I can't. Okay, because with Grippleys, from my brief research, the reasons they normally go out is if basically Grippleys are I'm not sure if it would be considered a matriarchy. There is one frog that is normal. That is a female frog who's bigger than all of them and is the boss frog, if you will. Sent her out there to go explore and then eventually come back, give the information. So that's what Bink is doing. And she comes back and she's telling them about the stories of the people she met. She met a man who was married to a witch and feared her and ran from her all the time. A pirate who was clumsy and lost his way in caves. And, people who can bend earth and things of that nature. And, kind of get into Hans and talking about, the man she met. And while it was only a week for them, Grippleys are a very short-lived species.
Right.
She's on the tail end of an adult, and she was 14.
Right. So for her, they were adventuring together for a year or some shit.
Yeah. So this was a really big deal, and so she's explaining all about him, and she goes back to that. Bink's probably just she ain't having no tadpoles. She don't want no kids. So kind of the turns into a few years later. Granny Bink in her little hut, telling the children of the stories of the warriors and stuff she met on her travels. And she's sitting in her chair one day and she's looking at, there's a little helmet with little candles around it and a little vial of what maybe is alcohol, liqueur. And she passes away like that, and Bink opens her eyes and, big lake, and she sees a helmet in the distance. And she looks at it, and she looks up, and she sees Hans with his legs in the water, and, kind of basically giving her the look of, oh, you ready to go? As she jumps back on the helmet to continue their adventures.
That's real cute.
A whole 3 weeks later.
Probably a few years, I would say. Probably another 10 years.
Yeah.
Grippleys are
That's
short-lived.
nice.
Yeah. Well, that's real cute. And the orcs finally got theirs. You guys got back and got paid for a job, which means you hit a milestone and you leveled up. Congratulations.
Woo!
Nice.
I wanted to give it to you at the end of the last session, but I'm like, nah, but nothing got done. But nobody actually did anything, so
We
no.
did things, but they were not useful.
Yeah, and we'll still wait to hear from Daniel as per the usual. If he is available, then we will play the normal game where that this is not the alternate from. But like I said last week, I will say again this week. I have a sneaking suspicion that Daniel will be hard to pin down for a little while. So
Yeah.
I would count on probably just doing this again next week. And Jeremy, we will let you know as soon as we do. But I'm sure, like I said, I'm sure it'll probably be this again next week.
All right.
Cool. Well, I am going to go drop stream. And then I will come back here. And if you guys are still around, we'll chat. And if not, then thanks for playing. And I appreciate you guys a lot.
Yes, sir.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm going to go shut down stream. I'll be right back. All right. That was mostly the Dragon of Icespire Peak. Actually, I think that was entirely the Dragon of Icespire Peak, except for the reference to the guy they saved and the dwarf they still need to save. That was out of the Lost Mines of Phandelver. Like I was kind of alluding to there, this is not our usual Friday night game. Usually we play a homebrew game that is very different. I came up with most of it from the ground up. I did steal Caloral the Vile from Matt Colville, and we started one half of the campaign with I forget what it's called. I pulled it off DM's Guild. It has like the Stinging Mist tribe that has to do with swamps and stuff. But other than that, it's 100% a homebrew world, and even that stuff has been homebrewed and changed and adapted. But that is the way of a good DM. Anyway, all that to say, we are going to play again next week. Our next game is going to be Tuesday at 6:30 Pacific Standard Time. That is our big game that takes place out of the continent of Bellador in that same homebrew universe, actually. So we will catch you guys then. We do not have enough folks for the raid tonight, so I will just say a big thank you and catch you guys later.